happened right here on Fox.
Driven into right center field. Erstad says he has it. The Angels, world champions.
This is a presentation of Fox Sports, celebrating 10 years of excellence.
Today, a new season begins. 8 teams begin a journey along a road traveling toward a title as leaves will fall and the air gets crisp. This is the time of year when we can be certain that the magic of baseball will come to life. And sure, there are the familiar faces of this fall adventure all around us, but there is something different about this October. While the Red Sox will wait until tomorrow to see if this is their year, the Chicago Cubs will take the field here in Atlanta with the goal of putting to rest so many years of disappointment. There is also something else different about this postseason. The Atlanta Braves. After a decade of dominant pitching, the Braves will step to the plate with some good old-fashioned Louisville lumber. So if you're looking for a storybook ending, you just might be in the right place. Like a book you just can't put down, the magic of the postseason on Fox is only beginning.
Tonight on Fox, another postseason comes to Atlanta. The Cubs have crashed the party. Sure, the Braves are criticized for winning one World Series title in 12 years. But how about a team that hasn't won a World Series since 1908? Yes, the unbelievable is now believable. Semi has arrived. For 95 years, the Cubs have been the lovable losers. Oh, they're still lovable, but they're not losers anymore. Hi, everyone. Welcome inside the Fox Network Center. Jeannie Zalasko along with Kevin Kennedy. The road to the World Series begins tonight on Fox. And for more than a decade, the Braves have been centered around a strong pitching staff, and they actually may have met their match literally in the young arms that have carried the Cubs to the postseason.
Number 3 pitching staff in the National League, led by Kerry Wood, Mark Pryor, Zambrano. They go 19-8 in September. They made some nice acquisitions during the middle of the season, getting Kenny Lofton, Randall Simon, Aramis Ramirez. But they face the number 1 offense in the National League in the Braves, and number 1 in home runs as well.
All right, this postseason already underway. A couple of games in the books that we want to share with you. Game 1 of the ALDS. Let's take you to the Bronx. Keep in mind the Twins haven't beaten the Yankees since May 2001, but keep in mind it's the postseason.
What's going on? We saw some of this last year. Bernie Williams, keep that single in front of you. Goes for a triple, and then Soriano airmails it over Aaron Boone's head into the seats right there. Karam's off. Torrey Hunter comes all the way around to score. 3 runs on the board. Now, we go to the 9th inning. Guardado in there. Matsui leading off, looking for a double, possible home run. Shannon Stewart, the acquisition from Toronto, comes in, does a great job defensively. Guardado, the save. The Twins take game 1, Judy.
Game 1 for the Marlins and Giants. Jack McKeon saying, we're not going to let Barry beat us.
Oh, no? Well, they walked it intentionally with 2 outs, nobody on in the 8th, and he steals second base, and he's going to score a double right here by Alfonso. Pierre really should have had that ball, misread it. Nonetheless, that was enough for Jason Schmidt. Dominant today, Jeannie, 9 innings.
Retired the last 14 Marlin batters in a row. Lights out, good night. Game 1 going the way of the defending National League champions.
No surprise, Jason Schmidt picked up where he left off last year in the postseason. Probably Kirk Reeder now in game 2. And then how about the Twins? Up 1-0. Andy Pettit, a big start coming on Thursday. Now, Johan Santana came out of the game after 4 innings. He had cramps in his legs. They used 5 pitchers and all, but they got the job done. The Twins, you can't take them for granted.
Monstrous mental hurdle that they have overcome. Now, stop me if you've heard this before. A primetime player who melts under the October spotlight. Sound familiar? Now, Barry was able to shake the label. Now it's Sammy's turn. The one thing, or should I say the one person they both have in common, could be the difference.
Dusty Baker has been much different. All the money that I ever had before. Coming from San Francisco, you have a chance to manage a superstar, Barry Bonds. And he came here and we connect right away.
You don't think a manager makes a difference? Take a look at Dusty Baker. This guy is a winner, no question about it. I saw him from day 1 in spring training. He had everybody on the same page. He made them believe and made some good acquisitions, as I mentioned. And Sammy Sosa leads the way in the second half. Let's see what he does in the postseason.
Yeah, they need his bat. He's 2 for 11 in the postseason with no home runs, no ribbies. Still ahead, the boss may have helped the Red Sox end 84 years of agony. Not that one. Bruce Springsteen performs an exorcism. And they do not want to be the GOAT in Chicago, going to any lengths to reverse the curse.
We decided to, bring the GOAT in.
I know, that's the past. I don't believe in ghosts anyway.
The Redskins Redskins are the new force in the NFC East, but the Eagles aren't ready to relinquish the division crown. It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader this week, 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific. The biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
Say aloha to a great new taste from Papa John's.
Introducing 2 new pizzas with a zesty barbecue taste. Papa John's new barbecue chicken and bacon pizza and our new Hawaiian barbecue chicken pizza with the added taste of juicy pineapple. Try Papa John's new barbecue chicken and bacon pizza or Hawaiian barbecue chicken pizza. Your choice, just $10.99. Call us now or order online at papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza.
Rates are so low. Rates are
so low.
Rates are now even lower. Once again?
low, 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 low.
Lower.
Low.
Rates haven't been this low in 45 years. Yes. Yes.
Working hard to be the only bank you'll ever need.
Kick. Rally's spicy chicken sandwich is now just 99 cents. Check it out. Spicy chicken sandwich, just 99 cents at Rally's.
You gotta eat Rally's.
The High School Sports Files every Sunday morning, only on Fox 56.
This fall, welcome to small town America.
The house comes with a butler. We don't need a butler. So, how do you folks like your underwear folded?
Fox style.
I came here to live a simple life. Well, you came to the wrong place.
A Minute with Stan Hooper, a new comedy coming Wednesday, October 29th on Fox.
One man controls an empire.
My business is 100% legal.
One man is sworn to destroy it.
Every politician needs a target.
Let's take him down.
And the battle is about to get personal.
His father is the district attorney. Can you imagine if the press gets a hold of this? If he laid a hand on us, so help me.
You can't tell me not to see him!
From executive producer Jerry Bruckheimer.
You tell your son to keep his filthy hands off my daughter.
Skin premieres Monday, October 20th on Fox.
Come on, how would you feel if you had your heart ripped out on a regular basis?
About this, priceless.
No kidding. Now, history, by the way, is just that. Let's be honest. The Cubs and Red Sox don't exactly have the proud traditions of success in October. They've tried ceremonies, legal action, and the raising of Babe Ruth's piano in Beantown. A pilgrimage to Houston with a goat, I'm not kidding, to send the bad vibes the Astros' way. That was the Cubs fans' latest attempt. So which star-crossed franchise is truly the unluckiest in the history of sport? Generation after generation, the misery continues. We're talking 83 championships handed out since World War II, and the Red Sox and Cubs have won, well, 0 titles. The Bambino and the GOAT continue to haunt a baseball nation. Can anything be done to exorcise the demons of the diamond?
The Bambino curse will never be lifted. They'll never win a World Series because you traded away the greatest player to ever pick up a bat.
This is it for the Red Sox. Even his granddaughters are saying there's no curse.
Babe Ruth, the Bambino curse, I think, could be possibly lifted from the Red Sox. Now, you know what I'm talking about, Beantown.
I know, glove to the ground. I even know that.
It's all voodoo.
The Bambino works, without a doubt.
What was that curse?
I don't feel like stepping in some goat's droppings.
Dan Shaughnessy, he made the whole thing up to put his kids through school.
We'll take our goat and leave this place, along with your hopes in the better race!
No, Nanette. Harry. Almost a decade later, it seems unfathomable. What was the man thinking?
Well, I think he didn't get the credit that he was due. But on the other hand, I understand, fans. I mean, you have Ted Williams and you can't win a World Series.
Will the curse live on? Only time will tell.
Now, somebody tried to bring a goat into Houston last week, and that put the curse on the Astros. But the original goat story was 1945. The owner of the Billy Goat Tavern brought a goat in, wanted to put him up in the bleacher section. They wouldn't let it happen. Since then, look what's happened. The curse of the goat to the Chicago Cubs. The last World Series appearance, 1945, 1986 for the Red Sox. Last title, 1918 versus 1908.
All right, let's
a lot of heartbreaks as well.
Let's bring you to the present, sir.
Well, heartbreak for Ortiz last year, the Giant. They didn't win the World Series, but now he's with the Braves, and he's got that great offense to go with them. Lopez, Giles, and Gary Sheffield, an MVP type season. Great offensive ball club, but a great starting pitcher in Kerry Wood. Great breaking ball, 97 fastball, lights out. And since 1999, the Braves have not hit him very well, below 200.
All right, we need to take you out to the ball game where the journey begins and the Braves wonder, fading dynasty or team of destiny. And just where does destiny fit in? The road to the World Series begins next on Fox.
Hey, Jack, you look like hell. What did you just say to me? You were under Salazar for 6 months. I know what they did to you.
Just mind your own business. I didn't lose a year of my life to arrest some drug dealer. Salazar does business with terrorist cells around the world. Bringing them down is our only objective. Are we clear?
Concerned about you, Jack. The things you did to get me here. You'll never be the same.
Open the door!
On October 28th,
someone close to Salazar is demanding his release. If we don't comply, he's threatening to initiate an outbreak of a very deadly virus.
This kid's walking around with a bag of cocaine and it's got the virus. I need to find him and stop him from putting it into circulation.
Chase, we got a runner!
The first wave of attack will be terror.
I think the cow singer might have been infected.
You are looking at a global disaster.
The last line of defense will be him.
Just do it now!
Kiefer Sutherland, 24. The season premiere, October 28th on Fox. Presented without commercial interruption by the next Ford F-150.
Somewhere aboard this ship, something terrible is about to happen. Today, the Bluth family will become poor.
Those police boats?
Securities and Exchange Commission.
They have boats?
They are going to keep Dad in prison. Also, the attorney said that they're going to have to put a halt in the company's expense account. Interesting. I would have expected that after they're keeping Dad in jail.
From Ron Howard and Imagine Television comes the story of a family that lost everything.
I should be in charge.
You even want to be in charge?
No!
And the one son sane enough to pull them through.
We need you to come back and run the business.
It's too late. I got a job. Something you apply for, and then they pay you to, never mind, I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Arrested Development.
There's always no touching! No touching!
Series premiere Sunday, November 2nd on Fox.
No touching!
I'm Jeannie Zelasco back at the Fox Network Center. The postseason has rarely worked out as scripted on Hank Aaron Drive. This showdown is so good it could have been scripted. The Cubs will try to beat the Braves at their own game. Solid pitching. It's right now on Fox.
A sellout crowd on hand at Turner Field in Atlanta, where there may be as many Chicago Cubs fans as there are Atlanta Braves fans. We welcome you to Game 1 of the National League Division Series between the National League Central Division champion Chicago Cubs against the National League's Eastern Division champion Atlanta Braves. And a pleasant good evening to you alongside Steve Lyons. I'm Thom Brennaman. Welcome as always to playoff baseball right here on Fox. The Chicago Cubs are in the playoffs, Steve, for the first time since 1998. They've not won a postseason series since 1908 when they won the World Series. But there's a very different feeling about this Chicago Cubs team, thanks in large part to their phenomenal young pitching.
It's been outstanding all season long, relying on some young guys. Kerry Wood gets the ball tonight, and I think he has a tremendous advantage in this game because the Braves have not seen him pitch in over 2 seasons. I mean, that's going to be tough. I mean, you can watch him on video all you want, but until you stand in there against his 97-mile-an-hour fastball and devastating slider, there's a chance these guys might have no idea how good he is.
The Atlanta Braves have won their division for 12 consecutive years, but this is a very different Atlanta Braves team than those in the past. It was built around great pitching, questionable offense. This year, good pitching, no question about the offense?
No question at all. 4 guys in that middle of the order that have 100 RBIs this season, and the team numbers outstanding. They led the National League in average home runs and runs scored. They struck out the fewest amount of times. That's an amazing number, but look out, the Cubs struck out more guys than anybody in baseball.
Oh, and by the way, starting for the Atlanta Braves, 21-game winner Russ Ortiz. Dusty Baker brought the Giants to Atlanta last year and took down the Braves. Can Sammy and the Cubs do the same? Game 1 coming up next. You're watching baseball on Fox.
Gina, check this out. I'm sitting next to your new boyfriend. Don't you just love your new boyfriend?
I do love him.
As long as you're happy.
Picture mail that talks from Sprint. At Sprint stores, choose from a wide selection of picture phones starting at $99.99. Share it when it happens.
Inside that Game Boy, right next to the silicon chip, is something familiar, a battery. And while it may not be the biggest decision of your day, consider this. When monitoring a patient after open-heart surgery, the brand of battery hospitals trust most is Duracell. So whether it's monitoring a beating heart or beating the aliens on the 8th level, it just has to work. Duracell, trusted everywhere.
Program in the first, $4.
Summer wind.
Snacks in the fourth, $25.
From across the sea.
A soda at the end of the 7th, $3.
It lingered there.
Friday night, no.
Let's say this is your car. Nice hardtop. If you drive safely, meaning you do stuff like obey the speed limit, always check your blind spot, and avoid accidents, hey, watch it, Leadfoot, then Allstate could reward you with something you'll eat right up. Some green. Up to 20% off your insurance bill. It's the Allstate Safe Driver Discount. Call today and find out how you're in good hands with Allstate. Hey, this is for the safe driver. Here you go.
The Division Series on Fox is brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. By Duracell, trusted everywhere. By MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by Sprint, proudly offering picture mail and PCS Vision picture phones. Just a gorgeous night in Atlanta for Game 1 of this National League Division Series between the Cubs and the Braves. Dusty Baker left after managing the San Francisco Giants after 10 years. Took them to the World Series last season. A 3-time National League Manager of the Year. And his lineup reads as follows. Kenny Lofton leads off in center field. He was with Dusty and the Giants last October. Mark Resolana gets second base. And Sammy Sosa, 6 consecutive years of 40 or more home runs. Moises Alou in left field. Aramis Ramirez at third. Eric Karros at first. Alex Gonzalez at shortstop. Paul Bacco behind the plate. Kerry Wood on the mound. And starting it for Atlanta, the lone 20-game winner in the National League, Russ Ortiz.
Wow, you look at the numbers there. Led the league in wins, 21-7. This guy's got a cut fastball. That's his best pitch. He will run it up in the strike zone. Also throws a curveball and a slider. He'll throw a changeup that he did not throw very much last year. Has thrown that many, many more times this season, especially the left-handed hitters.
An electric crowd here tonight at Turner Field. And it's ball 1 high. So says home plate umpire Bruce Fremming. And we are underway in this National League Division Series Game 1. Lofton came over from the Pirates on July the 22nd, along with Aramis Ramirez, both in the lineup tonight.
Here's a scouting report on Russ Ortiz. Stays away from hitters mostly. That cutter up in the strike zone, and he gets stronger as the game goes on. If you get him in trouble, you better get him then.
2-1 to Lofton. Lofton in the 56 games with the Cubs hit .327. And after the trade, the Cubs went 38-25 with Lofton in the lineup. High again, and very clear early on that Bruce Fremming is not giving that high strike. We saw a lot of that during the regular year.
Both these pitchers like to pitch up. Wood likes to go up the ladder when he's trying to strike guys out.
Line into center field, base hit Lofton, and you can hear so many thousands that have made the pilgrimage from Chicago and points beyond.
I mean, this would be a much different crowd down here in Atlanta than we've seen in playoffs past. It's been a business-like crowd for Braves fans, not with the Cub fans in town.
Take a look at the Atlanta defense. Chipper Jones in left, Gary Sheffield in right. Andrew Jones among the very best, if not the best, in center. Castilla for Paul, Giles in Vic third to first, Ortiz and Javier Lopez the batter. Dusty Baker told us he may play for an early run. And let's see if he's asking Grzelcyk, who is swinging a red-hot bat coming into this postseason, whether he'll be asked to bunt the runner along.
You got a guy like Kerry Wood on the mound. Sometimes you only need 1 or 2 runs. Obviously, in a playoff situation, you'll play for a run to get on the board first, to put the pressure on the other team.
Up and in, and that ball, I believe, hit his bat and came back to the screen. Or did it hit Grzelcyk? It hit his bat. The trainer comes rushing out. Grzelcyk hit the deck very hard, but the ball did hit the bat and not Grzelcyk.
Oh, what a truly scary moment right there without Grzelcyk moving. Watch how close this ball comes to his head. No movement from Grzelcyk right there for a couple seconds. I'm grabbing you up here, Thom. That scared me. Wow. Kenny Lofton is healthy and plays for the playoffs. In this situation, I'd have him try to steal the base and bunt him to third.
Lofton 538 career stolen bases. This season had 30, was thrown out just 9 times. No sign of a bunt this time, and Grzelcyk pulls it foul, 0-2. Grzelcyk playing in the postseason for the first time. He's been in the big leagues 9 years. It started in Montreal, went to Los Angeles, and then in a fabulous trade made by Jim Hendry, the Cub general manager. Grzelcyk came from the Dodgers along with Eric Karros in a Todd Hundley trade. In the air foul territory, Fick, a former catcher, leans in and can't get it.
I bet if you pressed both GMs to the wall on that trade, both organizations looking to get rid of some what they considered dead weight salary at the time. Grzelcyk had 2 subpar seasons because of injuries with the Dodgers. He's been phenomenal here. Eric Karros has done a great job and in the lineup again tonight because he hits Ortiz so well. Without those 2 guys, this team isn't in the playoffs right now.
Strike 3 to Grzelcyk, 1 away in the inning. And here comes slamming Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa, 279 hitter during the regular season, his 6th consecutive year of hitting 40 or more home runs. He knocked in 103, but certainly the season was not without its difficulties. Ball 1 inside. Most notably, you turn back the clock to June the 3rd against Tampa Bay, and of course the biggest story without a doubt in all of baseball, cork found in the bat of Sammy Sosa by Tim McClellan, the crew chief. And he was suspended by Major League Baseball for 7 games. He took off, however, Steve, after that incident, after getting off to a terrible start at the beginning of the year.
Well, you look at that after the cork bat incident, which to me was the greatest statement of Sammy Sosa's character, period. He put it behind him and came out and played baseball the way Sammy Sosa knows how to play.
2-0 to Sosa. those of you that weren't able to watch playoff baseball earlier today, the New York Yankees fell to Minnesota 3-1. The San Francisco Giants behind Jason Schmidt shut out the Florida Marlins 2-0. We were sitting in Dusty Baker's office watching that Giant game, and he certainly had more than just a passing interest.
We were supposed to be having the managers meeting where we discuss a few different topics, and Dusty couldn't keep his eyes off of that game.
Big pitch here for Ortiz, 2-0 on Sosa. Runner goes. Taken high, throw to second in the dirt. And Lofton steals second base. He's in scoring position. It is rare you'll see a base runner go with a slugger like Sosa at the plate. But after they failed to move him along after reaching, why not?
No question, you are in scoring position when you're on first base when Sammy Sosa's at the plate, but you have to take advantage of the speed that you have. You can see Giles there trying to keep Lofton away from the base by just dropping his knee in front of the bag so that Lofton can't make it to the base.
And this is one of the reasons you so infrequently see a runner try and steal a base, because if he makes it, more than likely the next logical step is let Sosa take first base.
And I don't think Dusty Baker minds that at all. Moises Alou was sliding towards the end of this season. Came into this series here 3 for his last 30, but he had an injured thumb, and that is healed and healthy now.
2 on, 1 out in the top half of the first inning. Alou, of course, the son of San Francisco Giant manager Felipe Alou. This is his 11th Division Series game. Breaking ball in the dirt, 1-0 to Alou, who hit .290 overall during the regular year, 22 home runs, 91 batted in.
Moises Alou, the only guy in the big leagues that I know of that hits with literally 2 fingers off the end of the knob of that bat.
Lofton and Sosa aboard, and a bluff throw back to second base.
You have to be incredibly strong and tremendously strong hands to be able to hit with 2 fingers off the end of the bat. A lot of guys will slide that last pinky finger down around the knob and even off of it. Not too many guys can do it with 2 fingers off.
Double play ball. And for a call bobbles, they get the out there. Throw to first, still a double play ball. Did Giles turn that quickly? The Cubs threat stalled. A hit, 1 man left. Atlanta comes to bat against Kerry Wood when we return.
What you doing, Brian?
I'm just putting my name and address in these bottles and sending them out to sea. Hopefully someone will find them and contact me someday.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Why do you torture me, Brian Henderson of 12 Maple Lane?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Brian. Nice to meet you.
They said its off-road capabilities verged on overkill.
Tow rag.
They said others may be as quick, capable, and handle as sharply, but few can match it on all of the above.
Tow rag.
They said it was everything you could want in a luxury SUV, but for 20 grand less. In fact, the only thing the experts couldn't say was the name.
Touareg.
Introducing the Touareg, easily named Car and Driver's Best Luxury SUV for 2003.
Hey,
which never-ending pasta you guys getting?
Penne with Alfredo sauce.
Spaghetti
with the meat sauce.
Fettuccine
with pesto.
You guys play tennis today?
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl, just $7.95. Pick one combination of sauce and pasta, then another. Have all you want. Wonderful.
On DVD today, an epic motion picture, a powerful performance. Nothing else comes close to Scarface. Say hello to my little friend. On the anniversary edition DVD forever today.
It has been an amazing run for Bobby Cox as manager of the Atlanta Braves, his second tour of duty. And for the 12th consecutive year, his Braves are playing in the postseason. His lineup has Rafael for a call at short, Marcus Giles at second, Gary Sheffield in right, Chipper Jones at left, Andrew Jones at center, Javier Lopez catching, Robert Vick at first, Vinny Castilla third, Russ Ortiz on the mound. And they're facing the hard-throwing Texan, 26-year-old right-hander Kerry Wood. And it's ball one, a 95-mile-per-hour fastball.
Look at the numbers for Kerry Wood, 14-11 on the season. ERA of just over 3. His last 6 starts down the stretch for the Cubs, his ERA was .84. The scouting report, that blazing fastball, 96 plus, sometimes close to 100. Just a devastating slider with a tremendous amount of break downward. He needs to be a drop and drive type pitcher. He gets in trouble when he starts to lean a little bit, doesn't drop back on that back leg, and the front side flies open. And you'll know if that's happening when his fastball rides up and in to the right-handed hitters.
Slapped into left field, sinking, caught by Moises Alou.
Moises Alou, not really known for tremendous defense in left field, but he got a great jump on this ball, mainly because he knows that with Furcal hitting, he has to play a little more shallow, and anything hit to him will most likely be in front of him, and his first instinct is to come in.
Now Marcus Giles hit 21 home runs during the season. A National League All-Star this year, drove in 69 runs and had a .316 average. To say this Atlanta offense is lethal is a dramatic understatement. Steve mentioned earlier, #1 in nearly every major offensive statistical category. Batting average, runs, home runs, on base percentage, slugging percentage. 2-1 to Giles.
Hitting coach Terry Pendleton, who's in his second season now, was very frustrated as you look at the numbers of Giles and the difference between last year and this. Pendleton wanted his hitters to be more patient. He said it took them a while, not because they weren't willing to work at it, but because they were so entrenched with the way they did things. And Terry had a learning experience himself in trying to get these guys to change, and he said he noticed a dramatic difference this year.
3-1 coming to Marcus Giles. Ball 4 high. And if there is certainly a chink in the armor with Kerry Wood, a loss of control occasionally. He walked 100 batters this season. Let's take a look at the Cubs defensively. Alou, Lofton, and Sosa, left, center, and right. Ramirez and Karros on the corners. Bresnalatic at second. Gonzalez, an outstanding defender at short. Wood and Paul Bacco. Bacco, a surprise in the Cub lineup tonight, but Dusty Baker told us he needed a second left-handed hitter after Kenny Lofton. Gary Sheffield has had a great big league career, but this season his best. .330 average, 39 home runs, 139 runs batted in.
A lot of people throwing around MVP names, and you never hear Sheffield, and I think a lot of people around these parts are wondering why.
Popped up in a short left to the outfield grass goes Gonzalez, 2 away.
Certainly Albert Pujols just put up unbelievable numbers. Barry Bonds once again with everything that he went through and the numbers that he continues to throw up without being pitched to. But Gary Sheffield had just a monster season as well.
Now Chipper Jones. The Braves' #1 selection, #1 in the nation back in June of 1990. And what a selection it was. Jones runs this season, 27 home runs, 106 runs batted in.
Tommy, I don't know if there's a better picture of concentration and determination at the plate than that right there. Is he locked in?
1-0 on Jones. Fastball sails high and away.
That's what we talked about right there. You'll see the front side open up. He falls off the mound to the left-hand side, and the ball goes up and away to a lefty, up and into a righty. That is a problem for Kerry Wood.
And interesting to note, Wood has thrown 13 pitches so far here in the opening inning, 8 of the 13 out of the strike zone. Out of play. Kerry Wood, one of those pitchers that every time he takes the ball, there's a chance you might see history. A no-hitter, something along those lines. Certainly a complete game shutout, well within reason. In 21 of his games this year, he had a 1.83 ERA. In his 11 losses, his ERA was 6.5. So not quite feast or famine, but it certainly borders on that with Wood. Number 1 in all of baseball in strikeouts this season, his teammate Mark Pryor, who would have been the Game 1 starter had the Cubs not had to battle to the final weekend just to get in. Smoke foul.
What an unbelievable contrast between your number 3 and 4 hitters in the Braves lineup. Sheffield is violent at the plate, waves his bat all around, hits line drives like they're going out of style. Chipper Jones, the picture of sweetness up there. Very smooth.
3-2 runner will get started. Struck him out, pulled the string on Chipper there to end the inning. A solid start for Kerry Wood. End of 1, no score.
For the first time ever on DVD, The King has returned. The most critically acclaimed animated film ever. Now with a newly animated song. The Lion King Special Edition for the first time ever on DVD, October 7th.
Introducing Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito. It's a little spicy. Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito, packed with shredded chicken, simmered in Mexican spices. It's tasty, filling, and only $1.29. To get your fill of this satisfying thrill, think outside the bun.
I kissed up to anyone I thought could get me a job. Striking tie, sir. You don't look 50. Come on, 50? You don't have to mean it. You just have to say it and act like you mean it. That's the only way to get a good job.
Hold on. Let's try this again, and this time with a little dignity.
I got a great job because I use CareerBuilder.com. They have the most ways to customize a job search, so I could focus on the jobs that were actually right for me.
Now that's a smarter way to find a better job. CareerBuilder.com.
The newly redesigned 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix with 260 horsepower to help you get the most out of your ride. And OnStar stolen vehicle tracking to help you get your ride back. Fuel for the soul.
Europe gave us the Yugo, the Macarena, and the Spice Girls. This October, it's payback time. Fox is telling these beautiful European women that this $11,000 a year cowboy is worth $80 million in oil. We lied. Again.
I never had much money. I realize it's exciting for me.
The next Joe Millionaire, an international affair.
Now to the best part, he's rich.
Premiering Monday, October 20th on Fox.
I was running in the street in San Pedro, and now I'm wake up in the major leagues. I play hard every day because this is the way that we play in my country. I never would dream that I would be playing the major league level. Playing regular feels like, wow, it's like another dream come true. I lived for this.
Watch the World Series on Fox beginning October 18th. Don't miss it.
Game 1, National League Division Series. No scores. We open the second inning. Russ Ortiz facing Aramis Ramirez. Blowing away ball 1. Ramirez came over from the Pirates along with Kenny Lofton. They later acquired Randall Simon from the Pirates. Simon not in the lineup tonight. Eric Carroll's getting the start. Steve mentioned earlier because Carroll's very good numbers against Ortiz. Ramirez this year between the Pirates and the Cubs, 27 home runs, 106 runs batted in. Taking all the way a fastball on a 2-0 pitch, 2-1. Bruce Fleming behind the plate. Hunter Wendelstadt, Dale Scott, Gary Cedarstrom working the bases. Jeff Kellogg and Phil Cuzzy on the corners. 2-2.
Ramirez looked like he tried to jump the yard on that pitch right there. Dusty Baker loves this guy. Look at the swing. Looking to air it out right there. Said this guy's just 25 years old, has already had 2 seasons with 100 RBIs.
They appeal up to first, and Hunter Wendelstadt said he didn't go around. Full count.
Now, the big knock on Ramirez is his defense. 33 errors this season, the most of any third baseman in the league. Dusty says just because he has lazy feet, he will get better. We'll teach him.
Payoff pitch coming. Bouncing ball to for call. And Ramirez retired. It's time for our Sprint Virtual Manager question. More value, Steve, the experience of the Atlanta Braves or the youthful exuberance of the Chicago Cubs? To answer the question, use your PCS Vision phone from Sprint or log on to foxsports.com, keyword MLB on Fox. We're already dialed in.
I waste no time with this, and I'll tell you what, I think I'm in the minority, but I'll take the exuberance of youth. I'll take the excitement that this Cubs team will bring. Not to say that the Braves don't have that.
Smoked into straightaway center field, but backpedaling to get it is Andrew Jones. 2 away. See, I want to vote, but I mean, you can take pictures. My wife just emailed a picture of my little girl today. What are you going to do? You going to vote? Or you going to look at it?
You're looking at the picture.
All right.
I'll vote for you. I'll do it twice.
But you're not a big believer in the experience part, you said.
I'm not. I think it is overrated. I know there are a lot of people out there that think there's nothing better than experience, but are you going to try to tell me right now that the Cubs have not been playing playoff games for the last month of this season trying to get here?
A mile high behind the plate, and Javier Lopez makes a play. A brief 1-2-3 inning for the Cubs. Andrew Jones, Javier Lopez, Robert Vick coming up. No score after an inning and a half.
I'm feeling good. I'm taking new once-a-day Wellbutrin XL, an antidepressant with a low risk of sexual side effects.
Wellbutrin XL effectively treats depression with a low risk of sexual side effects.
Wellbutrin XL works for my depression.
And new Wellbutrin XL has the convenience of a once-a-day pill. Wellbutrin XL is not for everyone. If you take Wellbutrin XL, there is a risk you may have a seizure. Do not use if you have or have had a seizure or eating disorder, or if you take an MAOI, Zyban, or other medicines that contain bupropion. You should not take Wellbutrin XL if you are abruptly stopping the use of alcohol or sedatives. When used with a nicotine patch or alone, there is a risk of increased blood pressure, sometimes severe. To reduce risk of serious side effects, tell your doctor if you have liver or kidney problems. Other side effects may include dry mouth, nausea, and difficulty sleeping.
I'm feeling like myself again.
Ask your doctor about new once-a-day Wellbutrin XL. Effectively treats depression with a low risk of sexual side effects and the convenience of a once-a-day pill.
I received this wedding gift from my husband's aunt, but I don't need a monkey lamp. I was extremely torn. I didn't know whether I should just keep the lamp or return it and risk hurting her feelings. So I asked myself, what would Jared do?
I would return a lamp. She really just wants you to be happy. Then I'd get a red wine vinaigrette club.
So, where's the lamp?
The Red Wine Vinaigrette Club from Subway. Eat fresh.
Cash or credit? Oh, hey, Yahoo. Oh, making me dizzy. Oh, Bank One. British Airways?
Bank One.
Top of the morning to you. I'm not really British. I sound like it, don't I? Borders. Let me guess. Bank one, bank one, bank one. Hey, Helen, another bank one.
Hundreds of leading names, one you.
This is so you.
Find the card that fits you best.
Cute dog. Oh, you two have the same eyes.
Individual answers. Bank one.
The Division Series on Fox is brought to you by Sprint, proudly offering picture mail and PCS Vision picture phones. By Bank One, find the credit card that fits you best. Individual answers, Bank One. By Subway, good, so you don't always have to be. Subway, eat fresh. And by Midas. Just a beautiful fall night in Atlanta. Bottom of the second inning, game one of this National League Division Series. No score in the game. No runs, one hit for Chicago, one man left on base. No runs, no hits, one man left on for Atlanta. Andrew Jones, a .277 batter during the regular year, hit 36 home runs. And one of 4 Atlanta Braves to knock in 100 or more runs, and they bat consecutively in this lineup tonight. Sheffield, Jones, Andrew Jones, and Javier Lopez.
Career high 116 in the RBI department for Jones. Struck out 125 times, though, this season.
2-0 pitch. And Jones tardy on the fastball. Pops it up in a short right. Playable for Sosa. 1 away. Division Series play continues tomorrow. 3 games over on ESPN. Beginning at 4 Eastern, game 2 of the Marlins and the Giants from Packville Park. San Francisco won that game behind Jason Schmidt earlier today. Here in Atlanta, game 2 on ESPN, 7 Eastern. And then game 1, Boston in Oakland. Pedro Martinez gets the ball for the Red Sox. And a big pose by Tim Hudson.
Look at those numbers.
One of the greatest seasons for a catcher in baseball history. In the air, right field. And Sosa's got it. On Saturday, Javier Lopez hit his 42nd home run of the season as a catcher, which broke the major league record for home runs by a catcher in a season, set by Todd Hundley, then with the Mets, who had 41 in '96. One of Javi's home runs came as a pinch hitter. Fastball, strike 1 to Robert Fick. He has been a solid pickup for this Atlanta Braves team. The Detroit Tigers decided not to offer him salary arbitration and basically turned him loose for nothing. The Braves signed him right around $1 million. And he has been worth every bit of it.
Wants to come back next season. Gets very upset when he doesn't play, but he understands that Julio Franco deserves the opportunity to play first base against left-handed pitching. He has added some fire and punch to this lineup and in the clubhouse. A fiery fighting redhead, is he? John Schuerholz, no question, one of the best general managers in the game of baseball.
Arguably one of the best in baseball history. I mean, this is just, it's unprecedented for any team in any professional sport to put together the kind of run the Atlanta Braves are currently on. 12 consecutive divisional championships. It's unbelievable.
And this is basically, with the addition of Fick, the same lineup they threw out there last year, but that has never been the case in Atlanta. A lot of turnover.
Borderline strike there. There you see, since 1969, not even half the run the Braves have put together by the Indians or the Athletics. The Colorado Avalanche have won 9 consecutive division titles, the closest thing to the Braves, and there's ball 4 to Fick. The Boston Celtics back in the 50s and early 60s, the Lakers of the 1980s. Those 3 teams won 9 straight divisional championships. Atlanta 3 better.
Tommy Wood tried to throw a breaking ball 3-2, but watch how badly he falls off this way off of the mound. Way out and out of control there. Ball comes up high and doesn't have any snap on the break.
How about your number 8 hitter? A .277 batter with 22 home runs and 76 batted in. That's how good this lineup is. Ball 1 low. At one time, Vinny Castilla could turn around any fastball that any pitcher could turn it loose. Triple digits didn't matter. Bobby Cox says he still can, just not as frequently.
You and I did a game about 3 years ago when he was facing Billy Wagner. And I asked him, can Billy Wagner throw his fastball by you? And that's exactly what he said. Not unless he hits triple digits.
And Billy can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Bouncing ball. Wood just stuck his glove out there, and look what I found. So Lady Luck smiling on the Cubbies during the regular year. And in the second inning here in Atlanta, that's the way Steve Lyons used to play it.
Rock is about the passion, man. The first time. Flip it, flip it, flip it. Remember how it felt to lose yourself.
You gotta feel it in your blood and guts.
In the music.
Give me some of that, yeah!
This Friday, a new generation is waiting to rock.
All you gotta do, you just gotta go out there, just rock your heart out.
School of Rock. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
No matter where life takes you, Verizon Wireless lets you stay in touch anytime. Hurry and get unlimited, that's right, unlimited night and weekend minutes to use coast to coast when on the America's Choice Network. Act now and you can save big on a great selection of cool Motorola phones. So you can keep up with friends, family, and everyone in between. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
You can hear me now. Good.
KFC's popcorn chicken is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Big, juicy pieces of all-white breast meat, now with fewer crumbs. Get a party size for just $6.99 or an individual size for just $1.99. New, bigger, better popcorn chicken, only from KFC. Create and direct your own TV commercial. Visit KFC.com.
I break for yard sales.
I break for animals.
I break for donuts.
Chocolate. My grandkids.
Boys.
I break for little old ladies.
Bingo.
Leprechauns.
UFOs.
I break for free oil changes.
Visit your local Midas mechanic now and get a free oil change with any Midas brake job, including installation of our lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes. That's free oil and filter with any new brakes.
I break for no apparent reason.
Someone's threatening to initiate an outbreak of a very deadly virus.
This fall,
the damage to this country would be catastrophic.
The terror is contagious.
Open the door! Just do it now! What happens next is on you, Jack!
24 premieres Tuesday, October 28th on Fox. Presented without commercial interruption by the next Ford F-150.
Cubs coming to bat here in the top half of the third inning. No score in game one of this National League Division Series. A former Atlanta Brave, Paul Bacco, to lead it off. Looks at ball one. He'll be followed by Kerry Wood. And then center fielder Kenny Lofton. Ortiz has struck out one, walked one intentionally, allowed the game's only hit to Lofton. And it's 2-0 to Bacco. Ortiz has never lost a division series game. 3 starts, 2-0 record. Beat the Atlanta Braves here in game 5 wearing a Giant uniform last season.
Ortiz left game 6 of the World Series last year winning 5-0 too. I mean, if they don't spit the bit on that one and lose game 6, you're looking at the game 6 World Series winning pitcher in Russ Ortiz.
Lead one to Bacco. Chop foul. You rarely hear Russ Ortiz's name mentioned when you bring up Cy Young Award candidates. Most of the conversation seems to zero in on Jason Schmidt of the Giants, Mark Pryor of the Cubs, Eric Gagne of the Dodgers. Yet Ortiz, the lone 20-game winner in the National League, 21 wins this year. Struck came out after falling behind 3-0. Let's take a game break and send it to Los Angeles. Here's Jeannie Zelasco.
Well, the Twins have won 7 straight Game 1s dating back to 1970, and they shut down the Yankees today with a little help from Torrey Hunter's bat. And Alfonso Soriano's off-target throw in the 6th. Very pinstripe-esque. The Yankees' backs against the wall. You can see it Thursday night, Game 2, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox.
Wood lifts a fly ball to the short right to the fall in front of Sheffield. So Kerry Wood, a very good hitter during the season, hit 2 home runs, knocked in 6. Has a second hit of this ball game.
Well, Wood's just trying to go the other way, just get his bat on this ball. Gary Sheffield's playing too deep for the opposing pitcher. Almost every team will play the opposing pitcher shaded to the opposite field and much more shallow than any other player on the field.
Cub pitchers this season hit .202, which was second best in the National League, only to St. Louis. In fact, both starting pitchers here tonight, 4 home runs combined, each with 2. Al Lofton, who singled to center field. Rounded up the middle. Bobbled by Giles. They won't get it out anywhere.
Giles had a much better year this year defensively. Still made 14 errors on the season, but he really worked hard. Watch how he tries to fight to stay in front of this ball. He probably should have just backhanded it and flipped it easily over to Furcal at second base. You're taught, if you can, fight as hard as you can to get in front of the ball, and that's what he was trying to do.
Now Mark Resolanek with 2 on and 1 out in the Chicago third of a scoreless game. 0-1. Resolanek struck out his first time up. How important is getting off to a quick start in the playoffs in division series play? The teams that won Game 1 have gone on to win the division series 67% of the time. 24 of 36. It's interesting to note that last year, teams that won the first game in division series play went 3-1. The Yankees won Game 1 against Anaheim and lost 3 in a row. Breaking ball away.
Tom, you were talking about Ortiz and his 21 victories, the most in the National League. Dusty Baker was the first one that pulled Russ Ortiz aside and said, look, you're going to be great. You're going to win 20 games some year, and you're going to win a Cy Young. And he has gone on record, Russ Ortiz has, as saying, I want to win the award. And I don't see 1 ounce of selfishness in that. He feels like he's had a good enough year to win it.
Breaking ball again. And Resolanek lays off. 2 balls and a strike. Big pitch coming up here for Ortiz. Sosa waits in the on-deck circle. Kerry Wood, the runner at second. Kenny Lofton reached on the air by Giles at first. Cardi on a fastball. 2-2. Well, those are the kinds of swings and fastball counts that drive managers crazy. You get into a 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and you're tardy on a fastball.
If you're looking dead red, you should never be late.
You can hear the Chicago Cubs faithful here at Turner Field tonight. Jam-packed sellout crowd, and that has been rare indeed through the years for a division series game in Atlanta. 2-2. We'll do it again.
Tommy, when you talk to the former Dodgers, Greg Zelonic and Karros, about playing in Chicago, their eyes absolutely light up. They said there's no comparison. That Karros told me we've already been in the playoffs. We had a series in interleague play against the Yankees that was electric. Our last series that we beat 4 games out of 5 against St. Louis that really put us on our drive to the playoffs was unbelievable. He said you cannot describe what it's like playing in Chicago when we play well.
3-2 now on Bresolanek. Anybody else running at second, and maybe Dusty Baker rolls a dice and starts the runners. Grzelcyk generally a good contact hitter, but you don't figure that would be the case with a pitcher as a lead runner.
Not with your franchise standing on second base.
Still 3-2, and the runners did not go. Dusty Baker certainly brought that winning attitude and said that lovable loser's tag means nothing to me. I'm paid to do a job, and that's win games, and here they are playing on the final day of September, and they'll be playing on the 1st of October tomorrow. Strike 3 call.
That's a brilliant pitch right there by Russ Ortiz. Everybody knows that he generally likes to stay away. He surprises Grzelcyk in. You see Grudge just diving just a tad, looking for the ball away. This thing surprises him right on the inside half, and that's a strike.
Now Sammy Sosa with 2 on and 2 men out. Sosa has never knocked in a postseason run. Not one. He's only played in 3 career postseason games against these Atlanta Braves in '98. He went 2 for 11 without a home run, without an RBI.
Well, look at the side angle of this swing by Sammy Sosa. That is not the classic swing that we know. Top half breaking down out in front.
Two on, 2 out. The 0-1 Ortiz to Sosa. Fastball away.
In direct contrast to Moises Alou, Sammy Sosa wraps the end of his bat with a bunch of tape so that he can hang on to it with his pinky finger, not so that his finger goes off the end of the bat like Moises does.
Wood, the runner at second. Lofton on at first, 2 away. 1-1 to Sosa. Fastball locked him up on the inside corner, strike 2. And Sammy asked Bruce Fleming, you sure?
Once again, surprising the Cub hitters coming in with the fastball.
Two out. 1-2 pitch coming to Sosa. It's on the way. Got him swinging to end the inning.
Recently, Castrol Syntec was tested against every leading brand of conventional 5W30 motor oil. It was a punishing comparison, under extreme heat and stress, beyond anything a car would ever face.
Bob, what are the readings on the other car?
In the end, under these grueling conditions, Castrol Syntec simply performed better. Castrol Syntec. Everything else is just motor oil.
I'm loving it. Is this the place to eat? Since I don't cook, I'll just rock to the beat. I'm loving it. At the end of the day, to relieve the stress, we add a little play. I'm loving it. Sometimes we have mishaps. You just overcome and adapt to setbacks. I'm loving it. You know you're my world. How could I mind love taps from my girl? McDonald's, I'm loving it. Move your feet, rock to the beat. Hungry for the music, gotta eat. I'm loving it, I'm loving it. No guts, no glory. Seems like I stumbled in the wrong territory. I'm loving it. Who'd want to mock me? Rough around the edges, a tad bit sloppy. I'm loving it. My car's way too clean. If only I could start this fine piece of machine. I'm loving it. McDonald's. I'm loving it.
The Home Depot is more than a store. It's the difference between a room you live in and a living room. We've got the tools that make matching and coordinating easy. brand name paints like the #1 rated Behr, Glidden, and Disney. And new blinds to pull it all together. And right now, get 20% off M&B special order blinds. Bring out the designer in you this weekend at the Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
The summer's biggest sensation, The OC, returns in October to Fox.
Tommy, one of the reasons why Russ Ortiz wins 21 games is he's a master of making big pitches. Look at the location. Fastball away. Fastball away for a ball. Now in for a called strike. And look at the last fastball. 93 on a corner. You can't touch it. Don Sutton told me before the ball game, he's watched him pitch all season long. He says nobody made bigger pitches on 3-1, 3-2 counts than Russ Ortiz all season.
So now Ortiz will lead it off in very gaudy numbers, especially for a pitcher. 257 batting average. We told you 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. The Van Nuys California native, strike 1. Kerry Wood is not allowed a hit. Has struck out 1 batter. That was Chipper Jones in the opening inning. He's walked 2. One and 2.
I don't think over the years you can say enough about the job that Leo Mazzoni has done with the pitching staff here with the Braves. Not only the fact that they've had tremendous talent, but those guys make their starts. Very few guys miss starts over the 12 seasons that they've rattled off division championships.
Ortiz gone swinging. Second strikeout for Kerry Wood. We invite you to join us on Thursday as baseball's postseason continues on Fox. It'll be the Twins sending out Brad Radke to the mound against Andy Pettitte and the Yankees. The road to the World Series continues Thursday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox. One down, and the batter was the leadoff man, I beg your pardon, Rafael for a call. Recall hit a sinking liner that was caught by Moises Alou leading off the Atlanta opening inning. Good breaking ball from Wood. If he has that working, it could be a long night for the Atlanta offense.
This is called a yacker, Tommy. Look at the bite on that thing.
Call continues to develop into one of the outstanding young players in all of baseball. Had by far his best season in the big leagues this year. Got the batting average up to 292 at 15 home runs, 61 batted in. He will chase a pitch out of the strike zone. That's one thing they'd like to get him a little more finely tuned in, but look at some of the numbers for Rafael for a call.
Doing what a leadoff hitter should do. 194 hits, 130 runs. That's what you're asking him to do. Score. 10 triples. As a switch hitter, all 10 of his triples hit left-handed. Once again, you see Kerry Wood falling off the mound and the ball going up and away to the lefties.
Two on for a call. Pull to the right side, gobbled up by Karros. Will feed Wood at the bag, 2 away. Well, you can play Hit the Pros presented by Chevy Silverado and face real pitches from today's best hurlers. Log on to foxsports.com. Keyword games. Chevy Silverado. It's the right truck. Wood is still not allowed a base hit. He's walked 2, fanned 2, and now Baco out for a visit before Marcus Giles settles in. Kerry Wood in 1990 Rookie of the Year. On May the 6th that season, he struck out 20 Houston Astros to tie Roger Clemens' Major League mark and set a National League high for strikeouts in a 9-inning game. But then missed all of 99 after Tommy John surgery, and he continues to get stronger and better. And they are expecting even bigger things from Wood in years to come. He just turned 26.
This is the type of guy that can go out and throw 120, 130 pitches an outing and not have a problem for his next start.
Launched into left field. Did Giles get enough? He did. The first Atlanta hit produces the first Atlanta run.
So many people wonder how a little kid like that can hit 21 home runs in the season, and now a home run here. Watch how quick he is inside. Watch where he catches glove going. That would jam most hitters in the big leagues. Lightning quick hands on that ball.
Now Sheffield, he looks at a 97-mile-per-hour fastball away. Marcus Giles, you said it, Steve, not a big guy, but there is a lot of popping at bat. 21 home runs during the regular year. Sheffield down the left field line, and Alou unable to get there.
He is put together very well, puts his time in the weight room, not quite as big as his brother, who now plays with the San Diego organization, is going to be in the middle of that lineup when they open their new Petco Park next season.
One and one to Sheffield, and that ball lined hard into center field. Lofton is there, and that'll end the inning. First run of the game comes off the bat of Marcus Giles. A solo home run in the third. And Atlanta off to a 1-0 lead.
Do you have the right truck?
Hi, black coffee to go.
Does your truck have better resale value than Ford and Dodge? A Silverado half-ton pickup does.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, is this your truck?
What's it going for? What do you mean, what's it going for?
Let me make you an offer.
It's not for sale.
What are you doing here? It's for sale.
It's not for sale.
Silverado. It's the right truck from Chevy.
I know in my soul I contributed to your death, but I don't know how. The truth will come to the surface.
No more lies, no more secrets.
Critics are calling Mystic River the best movie so far this year.
Prepare yourselves here.
Remarkable, a powerful film. It is a masterpiece.
Do you ever think about how just one little choice can change our life?
Mystic River, a film by Clint Eastwood. Rated R. Select cities October 8th. Everywhere October 15th.
Come on in, Derek. Derek, I thought we had this thing worked out. I hear you're out dancing, eating, and just carousing with your friends. Is it true you're going out every night?
Absolutely not.
Good.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Hey, Derek, we are running late. Sorry. Would you really want to take a heartburn prescription every day for heartburn that you don't get every day? I don't think so. Try Pepcid first. When I know heartburn's coming, I prevent it with one Pepcid AC. It stops heartburn before it even starts. Or after heartburn's already hit, I take one Pepcid Complete. It starts controlling acid in seconds and lasts all day or all night. And unlike a prescription, you take one only when you need it. Pepcid, just one, and heartburn's done.
The Division Series on Fox, brought to you by Chevy Silverado. It's the right truck. By Pepsi Complete, just one, and heartburn's done. By Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. And by Radio Shack, official sponsor of Major League Baseball. High above Turner Field, aerial coverage of tonight's game provided by the Saturn Light Ship. Saturn and its retailers hope you're enjoying the National League Division Series. And a beautiful night indeed it is here in Atlanta. A Marcus Giles home run in the 3rd inning has given the Braves a 1-0 lead. Strike one to Moises Alou, bounced into a double play with 2 on, ending the opening inning. Tap foul, Ortiz ahead 0-2.
Tommy, for my money in this lineup, as you check out Moises Alou's stance with the knocked knees and the hands off the bat and everything that he does at the plate, to me, he's still the quickest hitter that the Cubs have inside of anybody in that lineup. And I wonder if Ortiz will try to get in on him like he had on some of the other guys in the lineup.
That hurts me just watching it.
Yeah, that is a very unnatural position to put yourself into. But for Moises, it's all about making sure that he stays balanced when he attempts his swing. They have stayed away all 3 pitches.
1-2 on Alou. Up high with a fastball. Alou just 1 of 8 in his career against Russ Ortiz. Moises actually born right here in Atlanta while his father played. Grew up in the Dominican Republic. Played for the Pirates, the Expos, the Marlins when they won it all in '97. Houston, and now his 2nd year in Chicago. Ortiz got ahead 1-2, and now he's run the count full. Payoff pitch. Into center field, a base hit for Alou. With a tying run aboard to begin the Chicago 4th inning.
That was just a beautiful at-bat right there. Didn't do a lot of damage, but you get a base hit. This is the ball, the only pitch that Alou saw anywhere near the strike zone. Look at the balance, as you can draw a line right through his head to the back leg. Right back up the middle on a ball that was middle away.
Good solid at bat there by Alou after falling behind in the count. Ran it full and then singles to center, and now it's Aramis Ramirez. 1-0. The last time a Chicago Cubs won a postseason game on the road was Game 3 of the 1945 World Series when they beat the Detroit Tigers 3-0. Wow. Breaking ball, and Ramirez lays off. He's gotten ahead of Ortiz here, 2-0.
Ramirez in just 63 games as a Cub hit 15 homers and drove in 39 runs for this team down the stretch.
There's that huge swing for a 2nd time on a 2-0 fastball from Ortiz, and both times he's come up empty.
Most of the time, if you get a little bit too big, you actually slow yourself down. You muscle up. You're trying to swing the bat too hard instead of trying to be fluid and quick.
Alou not much of a threat to run, only 4 stolen base attempts all year, and was successful 3 of the 4. Outside of Lofton, there's not a lot of speed on the Chicago Cubs team. The Braves have better speed than you would think. For Call, a very good base stealer, so too is Giles, and Sheffield has 18.
I think Ortiz heard something and stepped off the back. I don't know if someone was yelling at him to step off and start over.
ball high and away. Another good hitter's count. 3-1 on Ramirez.
Ortiz does not have a great move to first base. Got 4 pickoffs in his entire career. 2 of them came this season.
3-1 pitch. Hammered down the right field line, and that ball bends foul. Out of play. 3-2 on Ramirez. It's something we talked about with Dusty Baker before the game about manufacturing a run, playing hit and run, stealing bases. He said the problem I have, among others, in the heart of my order, I have a lot of swing and miss guys, and Ramirez is one of those guys.
And in this situation, remember what Hall of Famer Don Sutton had talked about before the game. 3-1, 3-2 quality pitches.
Alou goes, and it's ball 4 outside. Second walk of the game issued by Ortiz, and now the Cubs have put the first 2 on here in the top of the 4th inning.
Number 32,
we told you why Eric Karros is in the lineup tonight. Coming into the game, 10 hits and 27 at bats against Russ Ortiz in his career. He hit the ball very hard his first time up tonight. A line drive at Jones in center field. Ball on to Karros.
Remember what Dusty Baker said too about Karros as well. He hits the ball very well up here and down here. Those are a lot of places where Russ Ortiz will be throwing the ball.
Slided down and away, and it bounces up there. 2-0. Ortiz pitching himself into big time trouble in this inning. Well, you asked Dusty Baker before the game. You saw Russ Ortiz the last number of years in San Francisco. You have a pretty good scouting report for your team on this guy.
Said he likes to run the ball up. Karros can get on top of that pitch, and as we talked about a lot, he'll stay low and away. And Eric Karros, with his experience, has learned to go the other way very well. Doesn't have the power that he once had when he was a younger player with the Dodgers, but now will take that low and away pitch and dump it into right center field very consistently.
3-0 green light here for Karros, the 2 on and nobody out.
I don't think so. Let him continue to pitch himself into trouble. Right now, I don't think Dusty Baker thinks he can throw a strike before he throws another ball.
Borderline pitch here, called a strike. Well, we told you Kerry Wood walked 100 batters during the regular season. Ortiz walked 2 more than Wood. Karros has bounced into 14 double plays this season. Good hitters count, 3-1 with nobody out. Fly ball short center. Jones a late break. Dives, can't get it. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. The runners had to hold to see if Jones would come up with a ball.
This is a very, very big outfield. Jones, with as good a range as anybody in the game, can't get there. Slight hesitation with the big swing of Karros. Couldn't tell if he hit the ball off the end of its bat or not, but boy, he did a little face plant into the outfield, didn't he? He might be spitting some grass out.
Bases loaded for the Cubs. Nobody out here in the 4th inning. And Alex Gonzalez a batter. First pitch swinging, fouls it out of play. Gonzalez only a .210 hitter this season with runners in scoring position. And he struck out 123 times.
Well, you brought it up earlier in the ball game, though, Tommy. We are playing in Atlanta, and listen to the noise with the Cubs with the bases loaded.
Ortiz wanted the call, didn't get it.
Fastball outside corner, just off.
Alou at third, Ramirez at second, Karros at first with nobody out. Atlanta 1-0 lead in the top of the fourth inning. Breaking ball, and Gonzalez will not chase it. That's the one thing the Cub batters have done tonight. They have not gone after that breaking ball low and away. Pitches beginning to pile up for Ortiz. Up over 60 now with nobody out in the fourth and the bases juiced. In the air down the right field line in foul territory and in amongst the fans. 2-2 to Gonzalez. Every pitch, every at bat, so magnified in the postseason. But there are situations where you have to score. Bases loaded, nobody out is one of them. And Gonzalez, a number 7 hitter in the Cub lineup, with that opportunity right here and right now. And he fails.
Boy, he has been doing a great job at coming up with a nasty pitch when he has to. Fastball away, it gets fouled off. Then he misses, he wanted it. Breaking ball in the dirt. Another fastball gets fouled off. And then that filthy breaking ball to end it. Gonzalez just left his bat on his shoulder, couldn't do a thing about it.
Now the number 8 hitter, Paul Bacco, who struck out swinging his first time up. Bases loaded for the Cubbies here in the fourth inning, down a run. Ball one away.
As you talked about, Tom, bases loaded, nobody out. You must score. When your number 7 hitter doesn't get a hit, it puts that much more pressure on number 8 because you know your pitcher follows up. Ortiz finds a way to get Bacco out or maybe bounces him into a double play ball. We'll have a tremendous amount of confidence going back to that dugout.
Fouled away, and Ortiz has even the count on Bacco at a ball and a strike. Alou started the inning with a single to center, went to second on a walk to Ramirez. And then Karros, a little flare that dropped in front of Andrew Jones to load him up. But Ortiz struck out Gonzalez on a 2-2 breaking ball. And now a ball and a strike on Bacco. Two and one.
The place where it will be toughest to score a run from second base on any ball hit into the outfield will be center field. Andrew Jones has the best arm of all the outfielders out there, and because of his ability, he plays the most shallow. You see where he is right there. You can't even see Chipper Jones over here in your picture because he's playing deeper and down the line.
2-1 to Bacco. Strike 2 paints the outside corner. Ortiz this year, when the bases were loaded against him, allowed 1 grand slam. He struck out 2 and walked 2.
Dusty may have just said a little prayer there.
You saw the career numbers on Bacco with the bases loaded this season. He came to the plate with the bases juiced 6 times and had 4 hits. But none of those anywhere close to the importance of this right here and right now.
No.
He threw the 2-2 breaking ball to Gonzalez. 2-2 change, it looked like, to Bacco. Back-to-back strikeouts for Ortiz with the bases loaded and the pitchers coming up. Wow.
Pulls the string on Bacco right there. That pitch is probably out of the strike zone, but he can't reach it. We talked about the characteristics of this Braves pitching staff over the years with Leo Mazzoni. The Giants pitching staff, I always felt, had the characteristics of Dave Righetti, their pitching coach. A lot of guts. Russ Ortiz pitching that organization, and that's the way he pitches.
Strike one to Kerry Wood, who singled into right field in the third inning. Wood had 2 home runs this season, 6 knocked in. 0-2. The Cubs had 2 on with 1 out in the third. Ortiz struck out Grzelcyk and Sosa. The Cubs had him loaded in the fourth. Ortiz has struck out Gonzalez and Baco, and a pitch away from ending the inning. Popped up and playable. Vinny Castilla in foul ground. And the Cubs fail to score with the bases loaded and nobody out. Ortiz pitching like a Cy Young Award winner here tonight.
Wireless troubles?
My phone works here, not there. Same with voicemail, email.
Sprint is different. All your services work the same wherever you go, on the most complete, all-digital, advanced wireless network in the nation. And all the calls are clear.
So everything works.
And this will never happen again.
PCS from Sprint. Try the nation's most complete wireless network.
Find something on every one of them.
He was hired to steal the verdict.
In court, somebody always loses. Just not me.
Until someone stole the jury.
The fact is the jury's mine, and I can push it either way for a price.
This girl is an amateur.
It's too close. We need more jurors.
Everybody's got a button. We just gotta find out where and push.
I know you're playing both sides.
You're losing me my jury!
What are you gonna do, call the cops?
Runaway Jury, rated PG-13. October 17th.
When you care about your car, you want to keep it protected. No one understands that like your State Farm agent.
We live where you live.
That's why more people insure their cars with State Farm than anyone else, because we care about you the way you care about your car.
The new spicy chicken burrito from Taco Bell. Packed with shredded chicken simmered in authentic Mexican spices. It's a little spicy, a lot filling, and only $1.29. To get your fill of this satisfying thrill, think outside the bun.
Now this is big.
Now's the best time to buy wireless phones and accessories during the big sale at Radio Shack.
It's so big, it's
the PCS Vision Picture Phone Sanyo 5300 with built-in digital camera and flash for just $79.99 after $150 Sprint instant savings.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
The big sale. Now at Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
I got a question for the folks at Radio Shack. Who's in charge of spelling around here?
It's the home of beer, football, cheese, and now Wednesday night comedy. This fall, Wisconsin is where the laughs live.
You're allergic to eggs.
Hey, pretty lady. Like what you see? That 70s Show and A Minute with Stan Hooper.
Look, it's your head made out of cheese.
Holy Lord.
Wednesday nights, come for the laughs, stay for the cheese.
Damn it, Hooper, you're shredding us like mozzarella.
It all begins Wednesday, October 29th on Fox.
1-0 ball game, Atlanta in front. Bobby Cox this season joined the Yankees' Joe McCarthy as the only managers in baseball history to guide their teams to 100 or more wins in 6 seasons. And he moved past Casey Stengel into 9th place on the all-time managerial win list. And for whatever reason, when it comes time to getting his due, Cox never seems to get it. Chipper Jones, a ground ball to Karros, 1 pitch and 1 out. I mean, for all the talk about the Braves have only won 1 World Series, we said it earlier, Steve. This guy, it's hard to imagine there's been a better manager in the history of the game than Bobby Cox.
You look at that, sneaking up on 2,000 wins. I think the perception around baseball is that the Braves are already a good team, and Cox just writes 9 names in the lineup and lets them go play, which there is some truth to the fact that he lets them go play. That's one of the traits that makes him so good. But how do you discount winning 12 straight division championships?
0-1 to Andrew Jones, and he puts a charge into one deep left center field. But this ballpark plays very big, especially at nighttime. It is very much a pitcher's park. That ball at Wrigley Field, unless the wind is howling in, is long gone out of the friendly confines.
Beautiful view of the park right there. Chipper Jones also said that when there starts to be just a little nip in the air is when things stop flying out of this ballpark, and there is just a little chill in the air tonight.
Now Javier Lopez swinging him in. Kerry Wood has only allowed 1 base hit. But that was a home run to Marcus Giles with 2 away in the 3rd inning. Told you about Lopez and his 42 home runs this season as a catcher, breaking the all-time single-season record. Lopez a free agent at the end of this season, and many wonder if Atlanta will bring him back. He's had a solid career with the Braves, but no season like this season.
I asked Terry Pendleton what he thought the difference was, and he says mostly patience, but he said he did start working out in January this season. He was usually one of those guys where you had to get him going. Look at the difference in the numbers from year to year.
Well, you saw in all 3 of those categories the largest improvement of any player in Major League Baseball. Average, home runs, and slugging percentage. That's a turnaround.
Had a lot of nagging injuries last season. Dropped a few pounds, not because he needed to lose weight.
And he's gone swinging. Wood has struck out 3. But Kerry Wood and the Cubs on the short end of a 1-0 game. As Sammy is due up 3rd in the Cubs' 5th inning. We're back after a local break from your local Fox station.
A Jessamine County teenager pleads guilty to avoid trial in the death of another teen. Hear why the agreement angers the victim's father.
That's tonight on Central Kentucky's only 10 o'clock news.
You don't do nothing. You don't wanna do. Ain't nothing phony about you. Keeping it real and do what you feel. Yeah. You gotta eat. Yeah. You gotta eat rallies.
It's got a kick. Rally's spicy chicken sandwich is now just 99 cents. Check it out. Spicy chicken sandwich, just 99 cents at Rally's.
You gotta eat. Yeah. You gotta eat rallies.
Congratulations and welcome to the company. This is your orientation packet. Why don't you read that and sign this for me sometime this week. Thanks, Chris. This is your health insurance information. Our plan is with Bluegrass Family Health. They're a not-for-profit company. They have a really great track record with us here in Human Resources. Great customer service reps. They always get back to us pronto. And that means you'll like them too. They're good. They're very good.
For so long, this was my life, caring for patients. It still is. Now I'm working to lower the cost of health care and prescription drugs. My plan does it in a safe way, and it caps the outlandish, frivolous lawsuits that have just made trial lawyers rich, while so many are just barely able to afford their health care. We can heal health care in Kentucky, but first, we must have real change in Frankfort.
I was on my way home from work. All of a sudden, boom, radiator hose pops off. To make matters worse, I'm starving. I mean, I'm really hungry. And the only thing I can see anywhere around me is a Hardee's. I decide, all right, I'll just get some fries and something to drink. Nobody can screw that up. So I walk inside and I see up on the board there, they've got this thick burger. Man, I hate to admit it, it was really good.
The Mushroom and Swiss Thick Burger, a 1/3 pound of Angus beef. New at Hardee's.
1-0 Atlanta in front as we open the top half of the 5th inning. And the top of the order coming up for Sammy and the Cubs. It'll be Lofton, Grzelcyk, and then Sosa. Ortiz has pitched out of major jams in each of the last 2 innings. In there a strike. Lofton has reached twice. He's singled, stolen a base, reached on an error in the 3rd. That's when the Cubs put 2 on with 1 out. Ortiz with nobody out in the 4th and failed to score.
Ortiz, even though he was in trouble in the last 2 innings, struck out 5 of the 6 outs that he got. There's the numbers with Lofton hanging around your ball club.
Came over to Dusty Baker in the Giants last season. That one bunted up the 3rd base line and letting it roll foul Castillo. You know, there's a lot to be said when a player like Lofton comes over to your team. I mean, those numbers don't lie. The team gets better, and that's why you're making the deal to get him.
Oh, Kenny Lofton's been one of the greatest catalysts at leadoff his entire career. Uses his legs to beat you, uses his defense to beat you, and can supply a lot of offense to beat you as well. A dangerous, dangerous player.
Of course, Lofton spent only 1 season here in Atlanta, and for whatever reason, it just wasn't a good fit. That was 1997. He had good numbers, hit .333 that year. Stole 27 bases, but 1 year and that was it. Back to Cleveland he went in 1998. Jam shot roller to second. Giles with time. 1 away. Steve, if you're sitting in that dugout, the Cubs dugout, and you know you've missed some big time scoring chances here the last couple of innings, is there a little bit of doubt?
Oh, there's no question there's a little bit of doubt when you're leaving 5 guys on in the last 2 innings, but you have to take a little bit of faith with you and say, look, we've had this guy in trouble. We got to try to keep him in trouble and then come up with a big hit.
Grzelcyk has struck out twice. Swinging in the 1st, looking with 2 on in the 3rd. One run, 1 hit for Atlanta. No runs and 4 hits for the Cubs. They've left 6 on base, and Steve mentioned 5 in the last 2 innings against Ortiz.
Now, you were the one that first said it. When they had the bases loaded and nobody out, you said they had to score. That's what they were saying too, and they did. That becomes a little bit demoralizing to you. That says compete on the underside of the brim of Russ Ortiz's hat. That's what he does.
1-1. Fastball high. That is the one word when you talk to people, Steve, you as a former professional athlete, people who are around athletics, that word looms so large. And when you're making a determination about bringing a player to your team, going all the way to drafting a player, trading for a player, signing as a player, as a free agent, does that player compete? There are great players in this game that you question sometimes whether they compete.
He's not one of them, and there's a lot of different terms that you use for guys like him, but this guy competes. He's a gamer.
And there's ball 4 to Grzelcyk. Sosa coming up. We talked to Sammy about what has been a bumpy ride here in this 2003 season.
Being around good team the way that I've been this year has helped me out a lot. You know, great manager, I mean, all together. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, I've been so successful this year. Even all the trouble there, all the problems that happened to me this year. Thank God once again, you know, I can say to myself that, you know, even everything that happened, you know, it's still coming out on top.
Pretty emotional words right there from Sammy Sosa. Grounded down to 3rd. Could be 2. Castillo for 1. Giles a turn and a double play ends the inning. Sosa has come up his last 2 times up. 3 men on base. double play ends the fifth. 1-0 Braves.
Life got simple the day I plugged into the big brown machine. West Coast overnight, done. China, 48 hours, done. Brown picks it all up together and delivers it all on time. And with their global tracking system, I get the proof. It isn't that I'm not a trusting person. Yes, it is.
International Overnight Ground. Synchronized. UPS. What can Brown do for you?
This inning brought to you by Wendy's. Here's the pitch, and it's right down the juicy part of the plate.
Juicy.
Boy, that one had a lot of mustard on it.
I like mustard.
And he lines it, Bob. This could be a double.
Double?
Oh, I think he's going for a triple.
Triple?
They have him in a pickle.
That's it, kids. We're going to Wendy's.
Wendy's has a better way to satisfy those late-night cravings. We make every classic single and double fresh right when you order it.
And here's the throw.
Oh, caught stealing.
Wendy's, it's better here.
Honey, what are you doing?
I'm registering for the wedding.
Hey, send her a picture of that one. Nothing says I love you like chrome pipes.
Be there with the most whenever minutes and a T-Mobile camera phone.
T-Mobile.
Get more.
The world is full of individuals with their own personalities, their own quirks, their own fingerprints. They cannot be put in a box. Why should they drive one? The V6 Nissan Altima.
It's the story of a family that lost everything.
They are going to keep Dad in prison. Also, they're going to have to put a halt in the company's expense account.
And the one son sane enough to pull him through.
Interesting. I would have expected that after they're keeping Dad in jail.
Arrested Development.
I'm having the time of my life. Hey.
Ball one away to Robert Fick, latter third of the Atlanta batting order, due up against Kerry Wood here in the fifth. Wood is only allowed one base hit, but it produced a lone run of this game, a solo home run off the bat of Marcus Giles with 2 away in the third inning. Fick walked his first time up, 1-1. Kerry Wood, not the guy they would have gone with game one had they been able to set their rotation. And that's certainly no knock on Wood. I mean, he has #1 pitcher stuff. But Pryor has been their most consistent pitcher, their best pitcher during the year. But he had to pitch Saturday. He will pitch game 3, and that will be the only game he pitches in this series.
And I think that may be the greatest disadvantage that the Cubs will see in this entire series. The fact that their #1 will only get 1 start.
Check swing and a miss. 4 strikeout for Robert Fick, and let's send it to Los Angeles. Here's Jeannie Velasco.
Well, Barry Bonds can beat you with or without the bat. Jack McKeon called for the intentional walk twice, but in the 8th, it backfired as Edgardo Alfonso doubled and Bonds scores the insurance run. The Marlins will try to even the series tomorrow. And so will the Yankees. Game 2 of the ALDS, 8 Eastern at 5 Pacific, Thursday on Fox.
Josh Beckett and Jason Schmidt, each allowing only 3 base hits in that game today.
So far holding true to the playoffs. You usually see outstanding pitching. This ball may have bounced 3 feet in front of home plate, and Castilla took a hack at it. Looked like he was playing cricket. He may have hit that on a bounce.
1-1. Kerry Wood has been mighty good here tonight. He is pitching like a pitcher deserving of a game 1 start in the postseason. 1-1 on the way. Got away from it.
Struck out more hitters than any pitcher in the National League this year, but as we told you in the open, the Braves struck out the fewest times of any team in the National League, and Wood has just 3 strikeouts so far in this one. 4 strikeouts, rather.
Fastball away, 3-1. Vinny Castilla through the years has been a Cub killer. In a 3-game series earlier this season against the Cubs, went 11 for 15 with 2 homers and 10 batted in. 0 for 1 tonight. And that one bounces up there, and he doesn't swing at it. Ball 4. Third walk given up by Kerry Wood. Major League Baseball is giving away World Series tickets for life and other great prizes. Winning hologram numbers will be announced throughout games 1 through 4 of the 2003 World Series on Fox. Visit your neighborhood Radio Shack store for your chance to win. Well, the Atlanta Braves advanced to the postseason in 91, 92, 95. They won it, lost in 96 to the Yankees. Got there in 99 and fell to the Yankees again. They've not been to the World Series since 1999. Of course, the Cub fan doesn't want to hear about that. They haven't been there since 45. But for Atlanta, 4 years without a trip to the World Series, that's a long stretch.
Especially when you win your division 12 straight times. Good look at Marcus Giles there. Program says he's 5'8". I think that's if he's standing on a phone book.
Fastball up and in, and Ortiz squaring the bunt, spins out of the way. Ortiz 6 sacrifices during the regular year.
For my money in this situation, Tommy, Ramirez is not charging hard enough at third. We have seen time and time again. I think he should be in this area and maybe in there when the pitch is delivered.
Running in the air, Carroll maybe a foot short.
Ortiz is doing what he's supposed to do, and that is bump the ball to the right side of the infield, because Carroll has to hold the runner on first base. He doesn't get to charge as hard. Well, we've seen time and time again this year in the major leagues, guys that bunt the ball to the wrong side of the infield.
Point for my money, Castilla's got to get a bigger secondary lead over there at first, because he is a prime double play candidate or a force out at the minimum of second base on a bad bunt.
And does not run well.
Doesn't matter. Strike 3. Five strikeouts now for Kerry Wood. Castilla first, 2 away, and for a call coming up.
Baca wants to have a word with Kerry Wood.
Well, you've seen some beautiful pictures from high above Turner Field in Atlanta, courtesy of Saturn and a Saturn light ship. Keep your eye on the sky when the light ship visits a major sporting event near you. Sellout crowd, game 1 of this National League Division Series at Turner Field. The majority Braves fans, obviously, but there are a pile of Cub fans here tonight.
Every flight from Chicago to Atlanta today was absolutely 100% sold out. And last week, Delta thought about canceling some of those flights because there was nobody on them. As soon as the Cubs won the division, they filled up.
One and one for a call, who's lined out to left and grounded out to Karros at first. Fastball at 95, paints the outside corner, 1-2. Kerry Wood, just a couple of seasons ago, married during the offseason in Hawaii. And his bride, Sarah, well, you know she's living and dying. Look at her. I mean,
every pitch. I bet she never has fun when he pitches until it's over, if he wins.
Strike 3 called. She's got to be pleased with that. And her man's done okay so far. But his offense has not given him any support. 1-0 Atlanta.
Let's say this is you. Yeah, you're the king. But being the king isn't always easy. So, when you're with Allstate, you'll have over 50,000 professionals to help protect you. From claims adjusters who can help you fix a broken castle, to emergency assistants to ride to your rescue, to lawyers that go to court with you if you need them, and your Allstate agent who knows the moves to help you. Helping you, the king, feel protected. Just one more way, you're in good hands with Allstate.
Come on in, Derek. Derek, I thought we had this thing worked out. I hear you're out dancing, eating, and just carousing with your friends. Is it true you're going out every night?
Absolutely not.
Good.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Hey, Derek, we are running late. Sorry.
Wow. Somebody's letting go today.
It's okay. I had Subway for lunch.
Subway, delicious low-fat sandwiches, so you can feel good about being good and okay about being bad.
It's okay. I had Subway.
Subway, good, so you don't always have to be.
Your boss expects a report in 1 hour, but it's a gorgeous 74 degrees outside. So you handle it like a true professional. With a laptop powered by Centrino, Intel's mobile technology, you can work wirelessly in thousands of places, even Bryant Park, under your favorite tree. Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Critics are calling Out of Time a gripping thriller. Jeffrey Lyons says Denzel Washington is at the top of his game.
I need Prince ASAP. Chief, you okay?
Just do it! It keeps you guessing till the very end. Out of Time, rated PG-13, starts Friday everywhere.
Game 1, National League Division Series. The Cubs trailing the Atlanta Braves 1-0. The only Atlanta hit against Kerry Wood, a solo home run by Marcus Giles in the third. Moises Alou looks at a breaking ball, low and away, ball 1. Steve, you talked about it in the open about Kerry Wood and going against this vaunted Atlanta attack. He's been terrific so far, so is Ortiz.
Both pitchers outstanding, and during the regular season when these two teams matched up, they scored a ton of runs in the 6 games. The Cubs averaged just over 6 runs a game.
Lined into center field, a base hit for Alou, his second in 3 at-bats.
Once again, the balance of Moises Alou when he hits the ball. We've already talked about that balance. Kevin Kennedy will talk a lot about the power V right there, keeping the elbows bent. It's a pretty swing, and it doesn't start off looking that way.
Now Ramirez, who has grounded to short and drawn a walk. Through the hole in the left field, a base hit, and here come the Cubs again. They put 2 on with 1 out in the first, couldn't score. 2 on, 1 out in the third. Back-to-back strikeouts by Grzelcyk and Sosa. They had them loaded with nobody out in the fourth, failed to score.
Boy, that's a tough pitch right there. That was a pretty good breaking ball from Ortiz. Low and away. Ramirez just went out, dove out over the plate, and hooked it into the 6 hole.
Now Eric Karros. Low ball 1. Out of play, 1-1 to Karros, who lined out to center field in the second. Had that bloop single that dropped in front of Andrew Jones in the fourth. The Cubs with runners in scoring position tonight. 1 for 7. The 1 hit was by Karros. with 2 on and nobody out. That little flare that couldn't drive in the run because Jones nearly caught it. Base hit left field. They're going to hold Alou at third, and the Cubs for the second time in the game have the bases loaded with nobody out. And the same batters are coming up against Ortiz that failed to score with the bases loaded in the 4th inning. The right-hander Grabowski, the left-hander Ray King cranking it up in the Atlanta pen, and Leo Mazzoni will come out and visit Russ Ortiz.
And how about the move that Dusty Baker made, putting Karros into this lineup when Randall Simon had been playing a lot of first base down the stretch, especially against right-handed pitching, because of the numbers that Karros had against Ortiz.
You mentioned the name Randall Simon, and how about the move being made now by Dusty Baker? He will pinch hit for Alex Gonzalez. We brought up earlier Gonzalez during the regular year struck out 123 times. Simon is a guy who refuses to walk and who rarely ever strikes out. 37 strikeouts in over 400 at bats on the year.
And as you said, he will put the ball in play. He's up there hacking. He is a slasher. He only walked 16 times all season. That was the other reason Karros was in the lineup, because he would take a walk.
Bases loaded. Ortiz out of the stretch. First pitch swinging. And fouled out of play 0-1. Ortiz has pitched out of 2 major jams in the game here tonight. Does he have enough to do it again? Oh, 0-2.
Simon, as a pinch hitter so far this season, a 150 average, 3 for 20 on the year.
Alou, Ramirez, and Karros aboard with nobody out. 0-2 to Simon. And again fouled back out of play.
Ortiz upset with himself about the location of that pitch on an 0-2 count. Threw that pitch very, very hittable. He's been nothing short of fantastic once he's in trouble.
Cubs down 1-0. Bases loaded and nobody out. Blowing away.
Remember what he did to Paul Bacco in this situation. Struck him out with a changeup. Would not be a bad option for him on this pitch right here.
But Simon, one of the best bad ball hitters in the game today. 1-2 pitch. Taken away, 2-2. Well, this is a pitch clearly. Ortiz wants to make it happen. He threw a 2-2 breaking ball to strike out Gonzalez in the 4th. The changeup you mentioned to Bacco in the same inning. Struck him out on a changeup.
Let's watch the pitch sequence. Fastball fouled back. Simon fouling back another fastball. There was the one he was upset with himself. Tried to go away. Again, and now the changeup. Not a great location, but the pace is what struck out Simon on that. Took a lot off that pitch, just 81 miles an hour. Simon out on his front foot.
First strategic move of the ball game does not pay off for Dusty Baker. He bats for Gonzalez. Simon strikes out. Now it's Bacco. Cubs down 1-0. Bases loaded and 1 away. Ball 1 away.
Got to put the ball in play.
Ortiz a pause, a big deep breath in the 1-0. Down and away again, 2 balls and no strikes.
Buddy on the zone he can't watch. Not even rocking back and forth as much as he usually does.
Fastball in there, a strike at 93 miles per hour. Baco taking all the way at 2-0. And again, another one of those pitches where Ortiz wants to make it happen here. Doesn't want to go to 3-1. And a 2-1 to Baco. He does go to 3-1 with a changeup, and Baco would not chase it this time.
More walks than any other pitcher in the National League at 102. Wood right there at 100.
And 2 of those walks came by Ortiz with the bases loaded this season.
If you're a Cub fan, you're looking for something good to happen on this pitch.
Ground ball to first, and Fick drops the ball. They get the out at first, and a tying run scores. The first base umpire made the out call, and Baco can't believe it. Hunter Wendelstedt called him out. It looked like a double play ball, or at least a chance to turn it, but Fick dropped the ball, and we're tied at 1.
This would have been a double play ball. This is an easy throw on to second base, and Furcall's got a cannon for an arm. Marcus Giles, look at the hustle. It's easy for a second baseman to give up on this play right there. Giles keeps coming, makes the play himself, flips it over to Ortiz. Just nipped him at first.
So we begin anew here in the 6th inning. The Cubs have tied the game on a ground out by Paul Baco. Wood hammers a pitch into deep left center field to the wall, and it's up against it. 2 runs will score, and Kerry Wood, a 2-run double, and the Cubs lead 3-1.
You talked about it, Tommy. Both of these guys in the game, as far as the pitchers are concerned, can swing the bat. Ortiz is one of them. There's Kerry Wood's wife going crazy now, enjoying herself a lot more than she was an inning ago. And Kerry Wood helping himself out with a booming double into the gap.
Kerry Wood with 1 swing of the bat gives the Chicago Cubs a 3-1 lead.
I break for yard sales.
I break for animals.
I break for donuts.
Chocolate.
My grandkids.
Boys.
I break for little old ladies.
Bingo.
Leprechauns. UFOs. I break for free oil changes.
Visit your local Midas mechanic now and get a free oil change with any Midas brake job, including installation of our lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes. That's free oil and filter with any new brakes.
I break for no apparent reason.
Introducing Wendy's Homestyle Chicken Strips.
Heaven. I'm in heaven.
3 delicious pieces of breast filet with your choice of Heartland Ranch, Deli Honey Mustard, and spicy Southwest Chipotle. When it comes to chicken strips, Wendy's has a better way. Our new Homestyle Chicken Strips. It's better here.
I know what I'm having for lunch.
And remember, you can eat great even late.
I really wanted a new TV. You know, one of those big ones. So I turned to my Rent-A-Center again. I love their flexible payment options. That way, I get to pay them when I get paid. And I'll be owning this Philips widescreen in no time. My friends, my stuff, my Rent-A-Center.
Mention this ad and get 1 week free at Rent-A-Center. Call 1-800-205-2005 to connect with the store near you and ask for 1 week free.
Nearly 2 out of 3 Americans aren't getting enough fiber. Sadly, they're not sure how to get it. Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheat Cereal makes it easy. 1 serving in the morning has almost 25% of the fiber you need in a day. And that sweet frosted taste sure beats the alternative. Kellogg's Frosted Mini Wheats and new maple and brown sugar. As easy as fiber gets.
Russ Ortiz pitched out of jam after jam after jam until this 6th inning. A ground out tied the game. A 2-out, 2-run double by Kerry Wood has given Chicago a 3-1 lead. And now Kenny Lofton against a new pitcher, Ray King.
King's numbers on the season with an ERA of just over 3.5. One of those lefties that can really bring it. Hard sinking fastball in the low 90s. Big leg kick. Quirky delivery. Very tough to see the ball off of him.
King gave the Atlanta fans a big scare the final weekend of the season. He threw one pitch in Philadelphia, had to leave the game. It turned out to be back spasms. Bobby Cox said he's fine to go tonight. 1-0. Nowhere close. And that's one thing King can have trouble with, his control.
And this is where the Braves bullpen really struggles, especially when you have to get into the pen before the 7th inning. There's no real set roles for the relievers on this team. They've all had a crack at different roles, and it's been kind of a crapshoot for Leo Mazzoni and Bobby Cox.
Swing and a miss, 2-1 to Lofton. Take a look at our in-game box score for the Cubs, brought to you by Midas. 8 total hits in the game for Chicago. Atlanta has been held to 1. Baco tied the game on a ground out here in the 6th, and Wood has given the Cubs a 2-run lead. Wood has one more hit at the plate tonight than he is allowed on the mound tonight.
It's pretty good.
Little flare, short center field. Jones coming on. It's a base hit. And Lofton knocks in Kerry Wood. 4-1 Chicago.
Oh, Tommy, I'll tell you what. You're looking at a National League pitcher right there, Kerry Wood, that has tremendous instincts on the bases. Watch the jump he gets when this ball's hit. Look, he's already taking off. This is not a sure ball that's going to drop, especially when you're talking about Andrew Jones in the outfield. Great jump, scored on a play that a lot of guys, let alone pitchers, that would hesitate right there.
The only batter Ray King will face. Bobby Cox going to come get him and bring on Grabowski to face Resolana. The Cubbies have finally broke through here in the 6th, and they lead 4-1.
The dental experts at Oral-B are on a mission to protect your teeth and gums. Their ultimate weapon? The new Oral-B Professional Care 7000, the world's most advanced power toothbrush. With a compact round head like dentists use, its unique pulsing 3D action cleans below the gum line, preventing and even reversing gum disease. Mission accomplished. The new Oral-B Professional Care 7000. Brush like a dentist.
Life got simple the day I plugged into the big brown machine. West Coast overnight, done. China, 48 hours, done. Brown picks it all up together and delivers it all on time. And with their global tracking system, I get the proof. It isn't that I'm not a trusting person. Yes, it is.
International Overnight Ground. Synchronized. UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Oh, check this out. Dumb dog. So predictable. Domino's Philly cheesesteak pizza.
No drooling this time.
Guys like Philly cheesesteak. Guys like Domino's pizza. That's why Domino's created the new Philly cheesesteak pizza. Get a medium for only $9.99 and any second medium for just $5 more. Get the door. It's Domino's new Philly cheesesteak pizza. This fall, you're reeling in the yeast. On the season premiere of That 70s Show, find out who Jackie finally chooses.
Want to see some hot? Watch me drink raw eggs.
You're allergic to eggs.
My eyes feel tight. Do I look okay?
Oh my God! And how Fess handles married life.
Your wife's on your honeymoon with another guy.
Carlos is just like a chaperone. He, son of a...
The season premiere of That 70s Show.
Hey, pretty lady. Like what you see?
Wednesday, October 29th at 8 on Fox.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Third pitcher used in the inning by Bobby Cox. Right-hander Kevin Grabowski comes out of their bullpen. He missed nearly a month at the end of August up until the final week of the season with right shoulder tendonitis.
You have to wonder about how sharp he'll be, having pitched less than 3 innings when he came back. I was so impressed, Tommy, with the jump that Kerry Wood got out there. But, of course, with 2 outs, he should get a great jump. Scored easily on the play.
You know, one time Kerry Wood had a lot of baby fat on him when he first came in the major leagues. He makes his home out in Scottsdale, Arizona. And, Steve, I happen to see him every day during the wintertime working out. I mean, this guy plays basketball, full-court basketball. He's dropped a lot of weight. He is a very good athlete and a big-time competitor. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1.
There was a period of time where he had a little bit of a back problem. The team was not giving him a whole lot of support on his starts. Dusty Baker had a little chat with him and said, look, if you're going to be a #1 pitcher on this team, and they've got a couple of them, we've mentioned Mark Pryor.
Ground ball to short. And for a ball will go to first to end the inning.
And you have to go out and pitch whether you're getting any run support or not.
Well, he got support thanks to his own doing in the 6th. Cubs lead 4-1.
Do you have the right truck? Introducing the 2004 Chevy Silverado, available with new Power Pack savings. Get this Silverado extended cab with a light-duty Power Pack, Vortec V8 heavy-duty trailering and more, and the Safe and Sound Power Pack, bucket seats, a Bose sound system, and more. Combine your Power Pack savings with cash back for a $4,000 total value on select models. Silverado, now available with Power Packs. It's the right truck.
It's a feeling of clean like nothing else. New Extreme Clean from Aquafresh showers your whole mouth. Microactive foam seeks out bad breath germs and leaves a cool tingling that just won't quit. New Extreme Clean from Aquafresh.
Go!
Now.
Let's see what this thing can do.
Too fast.
Show me something.
Too furious. Too loaded with hours of hot DVD extras. Experience the action again and again. Own Too Fast, Too Furious now.
Head for the mountains of Bush.
Just stop. Give that old friend a rest. Let's go to Staples.
Shopping for office products at Staples is so easy there's no need to put it off. We've got everything you need, online catalog or in-store. Staples, that was easy.
With the never-ending pasta bowl, whatever you choose, it's like getting a strike every time you bowl.
It's never-ending pasta bowling. Too far, too far.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl, just $7.95. Pick one combination of sauce and pasta, then another. Have all you want.
I think when I was younger, I just wanted to come up with a style of my own. The only thing I come with was the leg kick. It becomes a part of you. I live for this.
Watch the...
And for the bottom half of the 6th inning and the heart of the order coming up for the Braves, the highest scoring team in the National League this season. They have been held to 1 hit, 1 run, and that came off the bat of the man who bats right now, Marcus Giles, in the 3rd.
Here's the 1 hit. We talked about Giles, how quick he was inside. A lot of pop for a little guy, just 5'8", 180 pounds.
One and 2 to Giles. Wood struck out 3 batters in the first 4 innings. He struck out 3 batters in the 5th inning. Ramon Martinez takes over at short for Gonzalez. And it's fouled back out of play.
Giles, of course, missed 3 games with a concussion right before the All-Star break. Missed the All-Star game when he ran into none other than Mark Pryor. Big collision there. Everybody's heart stopped on that one. Pryor missed 3 weeks with a shoulder injury.
Grounded to third. Ramirez had trouble getting it out of his mitt. And the throw in the dirt picked out of there by Carroll. And stumbling beyond the bag is Giles. Slow to get up.
And Giles might have jammed his thigh right into Carroll, so either in his rear end making that play. What a sweet pick by Eric Carroll at first base. Giles hustling all the way. There you see just fumbling the ball a little bit.
Now Gary Sheffield, who has popped to short and lined out to center. Still a long way to go in this one. Last of the 6th inning.
That's how we saw that collision between Giles and Pryor, and it looked ugly, but maybe it knocked some sense into both of them. Giles is a .355 hitter with 13 home runs since then. Pryor 10-1 with a 1.52 ERA since that incident.
So players all over baseball will be looking to run into one another if they start off poorly next year.
Or one of those two guys.
Not a bad pitch count at all for Kerry Wood here in the 6th inning.
You talk about a guy that can throw 130 pitches an outing. That's nothing. He's just getting loose.
And he gets Sheffield to pop up. Foul ground. Baco squeezes it tightly, 2 away. Again, we remind you, a triple header tomorrow. Our friends over at ESPN will have game 2 of the Marlins and the Giants. Game 2 here from Turner Field at 7 Eastern tomorrow night. And then game 1 between the Boston Red Sox and the Oakland Athletics from out in the Bay Area. 2 down, nobody on. Chipper Jones, a batter. Strike 1, and Wood rushing it up there at 97. These are the kind of games where a pitcher can go from, you certainly don't say obscurity, because Kerry Wood has never pitched in any kind of obscurity with the kind of stuff that he has. But you take your whole game and perhaps whole career to another level. You pitch game 1 of a playoff, game 1 of a league championship series, of a World Series, and if you pitch like Wood is pitching here tonight, perhaps you even convince yourself that you're better than you thought you were all along.
And every Cubs starter has the opportunity to do that. We talked about Mark Pryor. Zambrano will go game 2. When you talk about the top 3 starters for both clubs, for the Braves, those 3 collective starters have 42 postseason starts under their belt. For the Cubs, they have 1. And that's the guy that's pitching right there. Kerry Wood, 98, pitched game 3 against these Atlanta Braves. Just 5 innings. Here's how many pitches per inning Kerry Wood has. Well, we talked about the difference between experience and youth and exuberance. There are some guys that have very little postseason experience on that Cub roster that have a chance to make a name for themselves in this series.
Swing and a miss. Kerry Wood, his 7th strikeout. Sammy and the Cubs lead. We're back after a word from your local Fox station.
A Jessamine County teenager pleads guilty to avoid trial in the death of another teen. Hear why the agreement angers the victim's father.
That's tonight on Central Kentucky's only 10.
You don't do nothing. You don't wanna do. Ain't nothing funny about you. Keeping it real and do what you feel. Yeah. You gotta eat Rallies.
It's got a kick. Rally's spicy chicken sandwich is now just 99 cents. Check it out. Spicy chicken sandwich, just 99 cents at Rally's.
You gotta eat Rallies.
For so long, this was my life, caring for patients. It still is.
Now I'm working to lower the cost of health care and prescription drugs. My plan does it in a safe way, and it caps the outlandish, frivolous lawsuits that have just made trial lawyers rich, while so many are just barely able to afford their health care. We can heal health care in Kentucky, but first, we must have real change in Frankfort.
Fall. It's a time for the expected changes. Kids start a new school year, weather gets cooler, leaves turn. At Check Exchange, we know that fall can also bring some unexpected financial changes for you and your family. If you need a loan, let us help you make ends meet. We have the cash you need today for any situation. It's quick, it's confidential, and it's so easy. And with 11 convenient Central Kentucky locations, there's one near you. Check Exchange. How can we help you today?
4-1 ball game. Cubs in front as we go to the 7th inning. Jared Wright will take over on the mound for Atlanta. He came over from San Diego, coming all the way back after missing nearly the last 3 seasons with arm injuries. We should go all the way back to 1997. He was the second youngest pitcher ever to start the deciding game of a World Series, and only the 7th rookie ever to start Game 7 of a World Series, and with Cleveland. Sosa to lead it off. Ball 1 high and away. Marcus Giles has been taken out of the game. Jesse Garcia takes over at second base.
Giles injured himself on that play running down to first base. Get a report for you as soon as we can on that injury. It almost looked like he slowed down a step or two on his way to first base, like maybe he pulled something or blew something out on the way, and then he took a funny step trying to get away from Eric Karros and went down.
See, Jared Wright throws very hard. We saw him earlier this season, a number of games in San Diego. The numbers were ugly, but he is healthy again and certainly worth taking a chance on, and has pitched very well since coming to Atlanta. His ERA with the Padres in 39 games was nearly 9. But in the 11 games under Leo Mazzoni, 9 innings, 7 hits, only 2 runs.
He's always been one of those guys that can absolutely throw the ball right through a wall, but didn't know where it was going. 98. And you better step lightly in your shoes if you're in the batter's box against this guy.
Sammy 0 for 2 was intentionally walked in the first inning. Ball 4 low and away. Let's go back to the injury of Marcus Giles.
And watch if you can see, maybe he slows down a little bit right there, then tries to stretch it out. Goes down and gets up very gingerly. Hits the bag hard with his right leg, but watch his left leg takes a very strange step there and then never takes another step after that.
Alou 2 of 3, singled in the 4th inning, singled and scored in the 4-run 6th. Runner goes, and no throw by Lopez. Sosa did not have a stolen base the entire season, but obviously good scouting from the Cubs with Jared Wright on the mound. Run and run frequently.
And it was a great jump, and Sammy showing the speed of his youth. I mean, you don't throw Sammy out even if you throw down there on this play. Well, that's just some smart baseball right there, trying to steal an insurance run late in this game.
Sosa's last stolen base last season. He had 2 the entire year, none the year before that. 2-0. Jared Wright not only pitched in the postseason for the Indians in '97, he also did in '98 and '99. 2-1.
You remember back to '93 when Sammy Sosa was a 30-30 guy. 33 homers, 36 stolen bases.
Sosa at second, nobody out, 2-1 to Alou. Fastball swung on and missed, even a count. Kerry Wood has allowed 1 base hit. A 2-out solo home run in the Atlanta third to Marcus Giles. Giles no longer in the game. Wood has struck out 7, walked 3.
Sosa also 30-30 in 95. Well, he used to be able to fly before he got big, strong, a little older. The last thing the Cubs are asking that guy to do these days are steal bases.
Told you Moises Alou, born here in Atlanta, and he's the answer to a trivia question. He was the last ever regular season batter at the old Fulton County Stadium just across the parking lot in 1995 with Montreal. He's gone swinging for the first out in the Cubs 7th. Well, we talked a lot about it here tonight. Time to answer our Sprint Virtual Manager question, and you have logged on and logged in. Pretty tight right there.
Awfully tight. No, we talked a little bit about that, and I certainly didn't want to make it sound like I didn't think that the Braves had any exuberance or happiness that they're here in the playoffs again, because I absolutely think they do, and I think they think it's a totally different situation with the way they swing the bats this year.
0-1 on Ramos Ramirez, who's been on twice. 1-1. But certainly one of the keys coming into this series. Could this young, electric Cub pitching staff shut down the highest scoring team in the National League? Well, so far, Kerry Wood has done that. 1 hit, 1 run. Fastball away, 2 balls and a strike. And again, this is a game that in a perfect Cub scenario, Wood never gets the ball in game 1. All ones for Kerry tonight. Mark Pryor had to pitch Saturday as the Cubs swept a doubleheader over the Pittsburgh Pirates to clinch the National League Central Division title, edging out Houston by a game. Dusty Baker, for 10 years a manager in San Francisco, and left under certainly far from rosy terms in his relationship with the Giants general managing partner Peter McGowan, well documented. 2-2 to Ramirez, blown away. Dusty made that trip to South Bend, Indiana to watch the Fighting Irish. Where's that huge Chicago Tribune influence there in South Bend, and thought it over, decided to take the job, and here they are in the postseason for the first time since '98.
This Cub team played very well down the stretch, won 11 of their last 16 games, had a better record than the Braves after the All-Star break. Dusty Baker said, "We're playing pretty good baseball. We have not played great baseball. I'm still waiting for that. I hope I don't have to wait too much longer."
Three and 2 on Ramirez. Fouled out of play. Still a lot of baseball in this one. Only the top half of the 7th inning. And certainly Wood and the Cubs nowhere close to being out of the woods against this Atlanta team.
Andrew Jones be leading off the bottom of the 7th inning.
9th pitch upcoming in this at bat. And Ramirez draws a walk. 3rd straight time he's been on base. Pretty good postseason debut for Aramis Ramirez.
We talked a little bit about Bobby Cox and what he said about his bullpen and how they'll be used. There's questions all the way down to their great closer, John Smoltz, who spent some time on the DL late. We asked if he could go 2 days in a row. That was a concern, and Bobby Cox said, you know what, he can go all 5, and we hope he does.
Two on, one out. 0-1 to Eric Karros. A couple of singles and a run scored tonight for Eric. 0-2. Another game decision made by Dusty Baker. Playing the right-handed batting Karros against the right-handed pitching Ortiz because of the brilliant numbers. As you look at the Atlanta bullpen, double barrel action down there here in the 7th inning. Strike 3 call to Karros.
The last pitch by Jarrett Wright. Fastball, outer half. Javier Lopez may have stole that one for him. Framed it nicely. A good view of Bruce Fremming.
Now Ramon Martinez batting for the first time. Did a solid job for the Cubs this season. Played some third base when they had problems at that position before Ramirez came over. Played a lot of second base when Grzelcyk was on the disabled list, and when Alex Gonzalez was struggling mightily through July and August. Martinez also subbed at short. Another guy Dusty Baker very familiar with. Martinez played for him with the Giants.
Well, it is great to be in a position as a player like Martinez is right now, who played sparingly at times for the Giants as well. And then when Dusty gets a job with the Cubs, knows what he's got, and a guy who can play all 3 infield positions and brings him over. Has enough confidence to have him on his club here with the Cubs.
Sosa at second base. Ramirez on at first. 2 away here in the Chicago 7th inning. Atlanta jumped out in front 1-0 in the 3rd on a Giles home run. The Cubs scored 4 times in the 6th inning. Ortiz, King, Grabowski, and now Jarrett Wright. Two on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Martinez. And a check swing. They appeal. He didn't go around. Full count, and the runners will get started on the upcoming pitch.
This ball in the dirt. Martinez, a little attempt. Didn't go.
Sosa will start at second base. Likewise for Ramirez at first. Fick plays behind him over there. Strike 3 called to end the inning. Right fans aside, walks 2. Braves coming up as they stand and stretch in Atlanta. 4-1 Chicago.
No matter where life takes you, Verizon Wireless lets you stay in touch anytime. Hurry and get unlimited, that's right, unlimited night and weekend minutes to use coast to coast when on the America's Choice Network. Act now and you can save big on a great selection of cool Motorola phones. So you can keep up with friends, family, and everyone in between. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
You can hear me now. Good.
KFC's popcorn chicken is back, and it's bigger and better than ever. Big, juicy pieces of all-white breast meat, now with fewer crumbs. Get a party size for just $6.99 or an individual size for just $1.99. New, bigger, better popcorn chicken, only from KFC. Create and direct your own TV commercial. Visit KFC.com.
Beautiful. Why did Car and Driver name it Best Luxury SUV for 2003? Well, there's this. 4X Motion all-wheel drive.
Beautiful.
Touareg, the Volkswagen that does what other Volkswagens don't.
Don't miss an all-new episode of the show critics call as brilliant as anything on TV. Nip Tuck, all new this week, only on FX.
The Division Series on Fox, brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. Sold out Turner Field in Atlanta, National League Division Series Game 1. Atlanta, one hit in the game off Kerry Wood, a solo home run by Marcus Giles to give the Braves a 1-0 lead. The Cubs came up with 4 in the 6th, and certainly the late great Harry Carey would be toasting that 4-run 6th inning. Oh, do we miss Harry. Braves coming up. Andrew Jones looks at a strike. Andrew to be followed by Lopez and Fick. Wood is fan 7, walk 3. Oh, that pitch unhittable there. Slider at 86, down and away.
This pitch is going to break so hard it'll break out of the strike zone, but it's so hard to lay off.
Wood closing in on 90 pitches of the game. Check swing. They appeal. He went around, says Hunter Wendelstadt. 8 strikeouts for Kerry Wood.
Jones didn't think he went. I think he did, and it looks like he's even asking for help down there. He pointed down at Hunter Wendelstadt himself.
Ball 1 up and into Javier Lopez. Talked about the Atlanta offense leading the National League in average, franchise records for home runs and runs scored, and that one dropped into center field. Second Atlanta hit of the game, the first since the Giles home run in the 3rd.
You talked about it a little bit earlier, Tommy, the fact that even when you get to the back half of this lineup, you're still facing guys like Lopez, who had a career season, Fick, who drove in 80 runs, Castilla, who had 22 home runs on the season, and then most likely in this situation a pinch hitter.
Matt Franco, you would assume, as a left-handed batter off the bench. We'll see. Ball 1 away to Fick. First time in a long while that Kerry Wood has had to pitch out of the stretch. May not seem like a big deal, but when a pitcher gets into a groove of working out of his regular windup, when then he has to go into the stretch, the mechanics are a little off. Fouled out of play, 1-1 to Fick. Only one time since the 2nd inning has Wood faced a batter pitching out of the stretch.
The advantage that he does have is the fact that he's not worried about anybody stealing bases in this situation. Braves down 4-1 in the ball game. Lopez, not a lot of speed.
Breaking ball, and Fick thought it was high and away. It's called strike 2. Boy, Fick is livid with home plate umpire Bruce Fleming.
There's the replay of the pitch. Fleming with the call, and Fick still giving him an earful. A lot of umpires will let you say what you want to say as long as you don't turn around and look at them. They don't like that too much.
And Vic turned around and looked at him.
And had a lot to say. You can continue to look out at Kerry Wood and say almost anything you want to Bruce Fleming back there. But when you turn around and look at him, everybody in the house knows that you're upset about the call.
Hammered down the right field line, but hooking foul. Vic jumped all over that breaking ball, but not much he could do with it. One and two on Vic. Pull to the right side. Bresolonic will go to second. They get the force play there, and that's all. 2 away in the inning. Benny Castillas bounced to the mound and walked. Castilla 22 home runs during the regular season. Breaking ball in there, strike one. Knee buckling curveball you brought up earlier. And that buckled the legs of Benny Castillo.
A lot of players will say this jelly-legged him. Don't have a lot of left to swing your bat when your front leg doesn't know what to do.
Threw a breaking ball again that hung up there a little bit. Baco was set up down and away. That ball stayed up and in. And now Wood ahead 0-2. Kerry Wood, the 26-year-old Texan. His bride, Sarah, willing him to get through this 7th inning. Which he does. Lights out effort tonight so far by Wood.
Let's see, I bought yellow pencils, yellow Post-it notes, yellow boxers. Yellow boxers.
$14.
Land courier, air courier, pedicure, reader.
$137.
2 printers, 2 scanners, 2 tutus.
$540. Keeping business expenses separate from personal expenses? Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Apply online for the MasterCard business card.
We do things as a team. It's the difference between 6 yards and 6 points.
For a coach who lives to win.
Full speed!
Sometimes you've got to break the rules.
The young man over there, he goes by radio, and he's going to be helping us out for a while.
You got yourself a distraction needs dealing with.
You take him out of this school, you might as well just take his life from him.
Don't quit!
Radio, rated PG. In theaters everywhere, October 24th.
There's nothing worse than sitting at your computer and you're waiting.
I've been so frustrated because I've been on a dial-up.
I've just learned to be patient.
Yeah.
Net Zero High Speed is going across America, so internet users can take the Net Zero High Speed Challenge. 2 identical computers have been connected to the internet through ordinary phone jacks. One using standard dial-up, the other Net Zero High Speed dial-up. It lets you surf the web up to 5 times faster without expensive cable or DSL.
Oh, the Net Zero is much faster than the standard dial-up. It's on page 18. It's only on page 4. How much does it cost?
Net Zero High Speed is only $14.95 a month.
Yeah, I kind of feel embarrassed now because I'm spending, $20 a month or whatever, and I'm getting ripped off, man.
Well, I think it's cool that it's cheaper and faster. I mean, what more could you ask for?
I'm going to switch to Net Zero High Speed as soon as I get home.
Take the Net Zero High Speed Challenge. Call 877-NET-ZERO or visit netzero.com.
There's no reason why you would not want to do this.
Buy it now on DVD. Dreamcatcher. Buy it now on DVD and video.
I just want to run away.
His father is the district attorney.
He wants to ruin our family. He wants to destroy my business.
You tell your son to keep his filthy hands off my daughter.
You cannot see this girl again ever.
The rich man's dead.
What have I done?
I love you.
I love you too.
October 20th on Fox.
Cubs coming to bat, top half of the 8th inning, a 4-1 lead in Game 1 of this National League Division Series. It's time to take a look at our game summary brought to you by Nissan. Kerry Wood, 2 hits, 1 run, 9 punch-outs. Russ Ortiz, solid numbers, but then a 4-run 6th. Got it all turned around for the Cubs. And that was all for Ortiz. 5th pitcher of the night, brought on by Bobby Cox. Started his career with Atlanta, their first-round pick out of Dublin, Ohio in June of '86. Threw a no-hitter for the Braves. Left-hander Ken Mercury started the year in Cincinnati, and he has had an outstanding season.
Look at those numbers with the ERA of under 2. Bobby Cox says he's doing a better job of changing speeds, throwing a few more change-ups and off-speed pitches, and has lengthened out that fastball, throwing a little bit harder than he has over the last couple seasons. Remember, in the year 2000, suffered a brain aneurysm when he was with the Anaheim Angels, a very serious problem that he worked his way back from.
One of the real good guys in the game.
Great guy.
Baco tied the game at 1 when he grounded out in the 6th inning, and then Kerry Wood followed that, breaking the tie with a 2-run double into left center field. Lofton knocked in Wood with a 2-out single. All 4 Cub runs coming in that 6th inning against Ortiz, King, and Grabowski. Ball for Baco, and here comes certainly the man of the night for the Chicago Cubs faithful, both on the mound and at the plate, Kerry Wood.
Wood outstanding. With a nasty breaking ball there. Fastball to get the strikeouts. Another fastball at the knees. And then in the 6th inning, carrying some lumber. He's happy about it. Sarah's happy about it. She immediately jumped on the phone and called her mother. Pretty sure her mother's watching this game.
Pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
You can hear the Cubs chanting, "Kerry, Kerry." Their fans have turned out in huge numbers in Atlanta tonight. Bunted foul, 0-2 to Wood.
You know, if Wood's double there holds up, he will be the first Cub pitcher to drive in a game-winning RBI in the postseason since October 11th of 1907. And you know what the guy's name was that did it then?
No.
Orville Overall. Game 4 of the World Series versus Detroit.
Orville Overall.
Yeah, I had trouble with it too.
And you were talking about making bets. I bet that's the first time his name has been said on any broadcast since perhaps that 1907 season. Let's send it back to Los Angeles. Here's Jeannie Zelasco.
Well, the Yankees called this the biggest play of the game. Unfortunately for Joe Torre and company, the player was not wearing pinstripes. With Brennan Williams on first, Shannon Stewart, a huge Twins trade deadline pickup stops the Hideki Matsui game changer. And the Yankees will try to change momentum of the series Thursday night on Fox. Game 2 of the ALDS, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox.
Jeannie, thank you. And for those of you that weren't with us earlier, how important is getting off to a good start in the division series? 24 out of 36 series. A team that won Game 1 went on to win the division series 66% of the time. 3-1 for Game 1 winners last year. And now the Atlanta medical staff going to come out and check on Kent Merker. Merker looking down, it looked like it at his foot or his ankle, maybe when he pushed off the rubber or landed.
Bobby Cox getting out there a little bit late. He stopped to talk to Bruce Fremming to make sure that this would not be a trip to the mound. He said, I'm going out there to make sure that my pitcher's okay. take a look at the replay of this last pitch. Skipped off the mound there. And
well, they want him to throw one more to make sure he's all right, and apparently he's convinced him he is.
how good is it to see Bobby Cox just able to run on and off the field? Double knee replacements in '93. Season before that, he could barely get around.
Strike call to Kenny Lofton, 0-2. Been a good night for Lofton. 2 hits, 4 at-bats, has been on base 3 times. Has stolen a base and knocked in a run. Ground ball to short. They get one. Garcia the turn. Lofton tough to double up, and they do it. Atlanta will bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the order. Due up second in the inning against Kerry Wood. 4-1 Chicago.
Well, that's the last of it.
The original rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and coming soon, the new full-size Pathfinder Armada. Two Pathfinders, countless adventures.
What's with all the hype over heartburn lately? I got prescription strength, daily schedules.
All I know is hype doesn't relieve heartburn. Thom's does. Nothing's faster, it's got calcium, and you can take it when you need it. It's that simple.
Thom's. MGM Pictures presents Academy Award winner Denzel Washington in Out of Time.
I need Prince ASAP. Chief, you okay? Just do it!
Critics are saying he delivers a knockout performance. Out of Time, rated PG-13, starts Friday everywhere.
That cold's getting worse, Dad.
My nose is running, head's all blocked up. I need my Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Mom?
I'll get your Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Only Alka-Seltzer Plus has an effervescent cold-fighting formula to break up nasal congestion and release you from your worst cold symptoms fast.
Feel better?
I do. That's my line.
Alka-Seltzer Plus breaks up your worst cold symptoms fast.
Gina, check this out. I'm sitting next to your new boyfriend. Don't you just love your new boyfriend?
I do love him.
As long as you're happy.
Picture mail that talks from Sprint. At Sprint stores, choose from a wide selection of picture phones starting at $99.99. Share it when it happens.
The Division Series on Fox, brought to you by Nissan and your Nissan dealer. By Sprint, proudly offering picture mail and PCS Vision picture phones. By Taco Bell, where you can spice up the night. And by Gillette Mach 3 Turbo for the closest shave with less irritation even against the grain.
I mean, every once in a while you get a little fun in the game that doesn't have anything to do with it. Watch the way Fick catches this ball, and then where he finds it. Oops. Thing almost snuck through there. Watch him just pop it back in. I'm sure right now he's having someone tighten up the leather there to make sure that thing never does go through.
Bottom of the 8th inning. 4-1 Cubs in front. Matt Franco will pinch hit to begin. The last of the 8th, and Wood starts him with a breaking ball in there, strike. The next pitch will be Kerry Wood's 100th of the night, but that is nothing new for Wood. He had 13 starts this season where he threw 120 or more pitches. As a team, the Cubs had 28 starts in which the starter threw 120 or more, the most in baseball. Mark Pryor and Kerry Wood ranked 1-2 in the majors in strikeouts, 1-2 in the majors in pitches per start.
Now, I don't think he's getting real tired. That last fastball right there, 96.
Breaking ball, but the runner is going to reach. A swing and a miss, strike 3. And then needlessly, Baco throws down there. A break for the Braves to open the 8th inning. Wood's 10th strikeout, but a wild pitch allows Franco to reach.
Well, you know you have nasty stuff when you're throwing breaking pitches that people are swinging at, but they're so tough for your catcher even to handle. They skipped off the back part of Baco's glove and then up off the face mask. Then you have no idea where it's going to bounce.
Get a look there. Kerry Wood picking up his 10th strikeout, only the 11th pitcher in Division Series history to strike out 10 or more in a Division Series game. A lot of work to do still for Kerry Wood. For a call, looks at a fastball low and away.
Through 4 innings, Kerry Wood had only 3 strikeouts, then struck out the side in the 5th, and then kept right on going.
For a call, is line to left, bounced to first, and struck out looking. 1-1. The Braves scored in the 3rd inning on a solo home run by Marcus Giles. That was the only hit that Kerry Wood allowed until a 1-out single by Lopez in the 7th. The Cubs failed in the 3rd to score, had them loaded with nobody out in the 4th, failed to score again, and finally broke through in the 6th inning. They loaded the bases with nobody out. Ortiz struck out pinch hitter Randall Simon, and you're thinking, here we go again. But then Baco knocked in the tying run on a ground out. Kerry Wood with a 2-out, 2-run double, and he scored on a single by Lofton. That's where we stand here in the 8th. 1-2 to Furcall. Dusty Baker trying to give the Cubs their first postseason road win since Game 3 of the 1945 World Series. That looked like the same pitch that Robert Fick was not happy about when he had words with Bruce Fleming in the 7th inning.
Took a lot off of this breaking ball, just tries to backdoor it. Flips it up there, outside part of the plate, 78 miles an hour.
Pretty good battle here by Furcall. 2-2.
Furcall grew up in an area of the Dominican Republic where some of his friends were so poor they literally had dirt floors in their homes. He said at times when we didn't have a baseball to play with, I'd rip the head off of one of my sister's dolls and use that for a ball. That's wanting to play pretty bad.
Fouled away again. Well, that is certainly the plight of many of the Dominican-born players that come to the United States. Sammy Sosa, no different, using guava tree leaves as baseball mitts. It's a good nickname, Fuki. Maybe we ought to hang you with that instead of Psycho. 2-2. Swing and a miss. The bottom fell out of that pitch, and Wood has his 11th strikeout.
I mean, Wood is getting more dominating as this game goes on. Look at that breaking pitch. Paul Baco told me that if he's got his good slider, it'll break straight down almost. See the Cub fans now doing the tomahawk chop with their Cub hats.
Mark DeRosa will now pinch hit for Jesse Garcia. DeRosa more than likely will just stay in the game to play second base. Fastball low and away. The Braves trying so desperately to get one more runner aboard here in the 8th inning and bring the tying run to the plate with all the sluggers that will follow DeRosa.
Sheffield will be the first of those sluggers who's been tied up all night tonight by Kerry Wood. Popped up in all 3 of his at-bats. Sheffield may have one of the quickest right-handed bats in all of the game.
Fastball high, 2-1. No activity in the Chicago Cubs bullpen. This will be the 114th pitch by Wood, and a fastball sails high. 3 balls and a strike. Saw Larry Rothschild beginning to rock back and forth, the Chicago Cubs pitching coach. Boy, he's done a solid job with this very young staff. Rothschild, although certainly not the publicity of Leo Mazzoni, among the game's best pitching coaches, and has been for a long time. DeRosa hacking 3-1. Fouls it away.
We talk about the lack of respect that the coaching staff that the Braves get because they seem to always win. Leo Mazzoni lost 4 of the 5 starters in the offseason. And a lot of their bullpen as well. So he's been working with an entirely new staff.
Well, coaches and managers get far too much of the blame. And in a lot of cases, they get not nearly enough credit when things go well. Now the Cub bullpen begins to get loose. Hard-throwing right-hander Kyle Farnsworth, one of the members of that vaunted Atlanta bullpen last season, Mike Remlinger, joins him. And now the tying run will come to the plate. And the pacing begins in the Chicago dugout.
You have a chance in this ball game tonight possibly to see all 5 of the former Braves that now play for the Chicago Cubs. Baco in the starting lineup as the catcher, Lofton in center field, Simon pinch hit, Remlinger up in the pen right now, and the Cubs closer Joe Borowski also was a former member of the Braves.
Gary Sheffield, as Steve mentioned, 0 for 3 tonight, has never had a hit against Kerry Wood. 0 for 6 now in his career. When you have the kind of offense the Atlanta Braves have, you will get come from behind wins.
Oh.
And they had more than any team in baseball.
It's a great time for a team meeting on the mound with Sheffield against one swing of the bat can tie it.
And they throw him a first pitch breaking ball in the inside corner of strike. You know, Sheffield was thinking and looking dead red. First pitch didn't get him.
They had the discipline to lay off.
Well, he got a fastball to hit right there and fouled it off. 96 miles per hour on the 119th pitch of the game by Wood.
Now Sheffield just fouls this ball off, but look at the quickness. The big hitch in his swing, and then how quick he gets the bat head through the strike zone on a pitch that's 96 miles an hour.
It's hard to tell as you listen to the crowd. Many chanting Gary, and another group chanting Kerry. You know which ones she's rooting for. 2-2 now to Sheffield. Told you a banner year for Sheffield, very much in the mix for the National League's most valuable player. He's had a fabulous career this season, the best of that career.
Wood's thrown him only one fastball. It's the only pitch that Sheffield offered at.
Came back with a breaking ball on 3-2, and you got to believe the heat is coming here. Huge pitch in this game upcoming to Gary Sheffield, representing a tying run here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Sarah wants one more.
Postseason baseball. Wood looking in, and Sheffield waving at bat. 2 on, 1 out. 3-2 pitch on the way. Came with a slider on 3-2, and Sheffield fouled it off.
Now, this is the kind of confidence that Kerry Wood has developed now over his years in the big leagues. Breaking ball and a strike on a 3-2 count. Probably the biggest pitch of his life right there. And he got a strike out of it. And Sheffield, who, as you mentioned, had to be thinking dead red, still got a piece of that breaking ball.
Wood again bent over at the waist, now erect on the mound. 3-2, and he walked him to load him up. And now decision time for Dusty Baker. Wood has walked 2 consecutive batters, and that's going to do it for Kerry Wood. He has pitched a fabulous game here tonight. Chipper Jones, a far more dangerous left-handed hitter than he is right-handed hitter. And Dusty going to turn him around. What an effort by Kerry Wood. Will it be good enough?
Your muscles work hard all day long, so your pain reliever better keep up. Introducing new 8-Hour from Tylenol with 2 layers, one that's fast, one that lasts. All day, 1 dose. New 8-Hour from Tylenol. Because with the kind of day your muscles have, you're gonna need all the pain relief you can get. 8-Hour. It's the new Tylenol for muscle pain.
Let's say this is your car. Nice hardtop. If you drive safely, meaning you do stuff like obey the speed limit, always check your blind spot, and avoid accidents, hey, watch it, Leadfoot, then Allstate could reward you with something you'll eat right up. Some green. Up to 20% off your insurance bill. It's the Allstate Safe Driver Discount. Call today and find out how you're in good hands with Allstate. Hey, this is for the safe driver. Here you go.
I break for yard sales.
I break for animals.
I break for donuts.
Chocolate. My grandkids.
Boys.
I break for little old ladies.
Bingo.
Leprechauns.
UFOs. I break for free oil changes.
Visit your local Midas mechanic now and get a free oil change with any Midas brake job, including installation of our lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes. That's free oil and filter with any new brakes.
I break for no apparent reason.
It's the Paradise Hotel 2-hour finale.
This is to the 4 of us.
And we've saved the biggest twist for last.
This is the only way you can win the prize.
Who will be the last couple standing at Paradise Hotel? The season finale at 8 Fox Wednesday. Parental discretion advised.
Europe gave us the Yugo, the Macarena, and the Spice Girls. This October, it's payback time. Fox is telling these beautiful European women that this $11,000 a year cowboy is worth $80 million in oil. We lied. Again.
I never had much money. It's really exciting for me.
The next Joe Millionaire, an international affair.
Now to the best part. He's rich.
Premiering Monday, October 20th on Fox.
Bases loaded for Atlanta here in the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing 4-1. The night is over for Kerry Wood. And on the pitch, part of the best bullpen in all of baseball with the Braves last season. Signed as a free agent with the Cubs this offseason, Mike Remlinger.
What a year he had last season for this Braves ball club with an ERA of 1.99. You saw the numbers this year. Up a little bit, 3.65. Does get more strikeouts so far this season. Last year, though, allowed just 3 home runs, 11 on the year this year.
Fabulous outing by Kerry Wood, but now his fate rests on the left arm of Mike Remlinger and perhaps the rest of this Chicago bullpen. Chipper Jones, 3 of 21 in his career against Remlinger. Swing and a miss. We told you Jones, a lot more sock in that bat from the left side than from the right side.
27 home runs on the season, 25 of them as a left-handed hitter.
Ground ball in the hole, picked up by Martinez. They get one, throw to first, not in time. Jones barely legged it out. Franco scores, making it a 4-2 ball game. Runners on the corners, 2 away in the inning. And Andrew Jones coming up.
And Tommy, that was such a sweet play by Martinez at short. Tough backhander, turned around quickly, got the throw over to second base, and then Karros with the experience trying to cheat off of first base and get the call. He didn't get it.
Another pitching change will be made by Dusty Baker. Kyle Farnsworth will come on to face Andrew Jones, and questionable call there at first.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamond, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you've got to go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample is right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
The world is full of individuals with their own personalities, their own quirks, their own fingerprints. They cannot be put in a box. Why should they drive one? The V6 Nissan Altima.
Somewhere aboard this ship, something terrible is about to happen. Today, the Blue family will become poor.
Those police boats?
Securities and Exchange Commission.
They have boats? They are going to keep Dad in prison. Also, the attorney said that they're going to have to put a halt in the company's expense account. Interesting. I would have expected that after they're keeping Dad in jail.
From Ron Howard and Imagine Television comes the story of a family that lost everything.
I should be in charge.
You even want to be in charge?
No!
And the one son sane enough to pull them through.
We need you to come back and run the business.
It's too late. I got a job. Something you apply for, and then they pay you to, never mind. I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Arrested Development.
There's always no touching! No touching!
Series premiere Sunday, November 2nd on Fox.
No touching!
October, sports' greatest month. After a huge Game 1 win, the Twins are in control. Now the Yanks face a must-win to get back in the series. Game 2, Thursday night on Fox.
Now taking over on the mound for the Cubs, among the hardest throwers in all of baseball, Kyle Farnsworth. Andrew Jones, a man he will face. 5 hits in 13 at-bats, 2 of the hits home runs.
And Farnsworth would be happier if he was following anybody else in the rotation except Wood, because Wood throws just as hard as he does. We'd like to see a differential in the velocity of the fastball, but these guys have been looking at a fastball that goes 97 miles an hour all night.
Tying runners at first base, go ahead, run at the plate. 2-0 on Andrew Jones. Farnsworth, truly the quintessential enigma, if you will.
You have to wonder about pitch selection right there, because Farnsworth does have a tendency to throw a lot of pitches and walk a lot of guys. He throws a first pitch fastball, doesn't get a strike, comes back with a breaking ball. Now what?
Fastball low, 3-0. Farnsworth at times can look unhittable. There are other times where he's going to give you what he's giving you the first 3 pitches here as Smoltz cranks it up just in case. Fastball right down the gut, 3-1. Big pitch coming up here. He told you Andrew Jones has homered twice against Farnsworth. And Javier Lopez waits in the on-deck circle. The tying run, Jones at first. Andrew Jones a go-ahead run at the plate in the 8th inning. And they are loaded for Javier Lopez. Does Dusty Baker give the ball to his closer, Joe Borowski, here with 1 out to go in the 8th inning?
I don't think he will in this situation because he hasn't done very much of that all season long. Borowski's been a guy who would come in to start an inning, not to finish one like this with the bases loaded.
Larry Walchod checking to find out if Borowski is ready in that bullpen. Javier Lopez in his career against Farnsworth, 5 hits, 13 at bats. First pitch slider in there, a strike from Farnsworth. Of course, Javier Lopez broke the heart of many Cub fans in Game 1 back in that 1998 Division Series when he homered off Kevin Tapani, who was trying to throw a complete game shutout. Grounded foul, and Farnsworth ahead 0-2. Well, I remember this game like it was yesterday, Steve. I was here doing that one. Tapani just having a marvelous game, and Lopez launched it deep into the night to tie the game.
And you look at the physique of Lopez back then. He's always been a guy who's worked out very hard, lost weight this offseason, slimmed down, got to the point where maybe he thought he was a little too bulky, a little too strong, having one of his best years ever after dropping some weight.
Ground ball to short, and Farnsworth will slam the door on the Atlanta 8th inning. They score a run without a hit. We go to the 9th in Atlanta. Kerry Wood in line for a Game 1 win, but the Cubs 3 outs away from it.
Unsurpassed engineering, unparalleled technology. It blows away the competition. Champion, Mach 3 Turbo Champion. It's the world's best shave. Gillette guarantees it. Now with a red-hot new look, nothing else even comes close. Test drive one today. Mach 3 Turbo Champion from Gillette. The best a man can get.
For the first time ever on DVD, The Lion King Special Edition. Good Morning America says the king of animated features is the king of DVDs. Now with a newly animated song and much more. Wow. The Lion King Special Edition, October 7th for a limited time.
Come on in, Derek. Derek, I thought we had this thing worked out. I hear you're out dancing, eating, and just carousing with your friends. Is it true you're going out every night?
Absolutely not.
Good.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Hey, Derek, we are running late. Sorry.
There was one envelope I really hated to open every month. My wireless bill. Bad news either way. I mean, if I talked too much, I got slammed with overages. And if I talked too little, I wasted all those minutes I paid for. But those days are over, thanks to Rollover.
Only Singular lets you roll over unused anytime minutes so you avoid paying overages months you talk more. They're your minutes. Keep them. Singular has rollover on national plans and your choice of cool phones.
I call it my look at that cute little bill plan.
Come in to find out how Singular fits you best.
The new spicy chicken burrito from Taco Bell. Packed with shredded chicken simmered in authentic Mexican spices. It's a little spicy, a lot filling, and only $1.29. To get your fill of this satisfying thrill, think outside the bun.
Everyone's discovering the best surprise of the year. The Rundown is packed with originality. It marks the arrival of The Rock as a bona fide movie star.
I'm impressed.
The Rundown, rated PG-13, now playing.
We have partnered with the Saturn Lightship to bring you aerial coverage of tonight's Game 1 of this division series. We hope you're enjoying this unique look from high above Atlanta and Turner Field. We've arrived top of the 9th inning. A 4-2 Cubs lead. 6th pitcher of the game now used by Bobby Cox. Long-time closer with the White Sox, the Giants, Tampa Bay, Kansas City. Roberto Hernandez.
This guy was one of the best in the business of the Chicago White Sox in the mid-90s. Saved 43 games at Tampa Bay in 1999. 12 seasons.
Soft liner caught by DeRosa, who stayed in the game to play second base.
There was a time as a closer, Roberto Hernandez would come in and throw nothing but hard sinking fastballs and say, go home, because this game's over with. Now in a setup role for Smoltz.
Sammy Sosa, a quiet night. 0 for 2, struck out with 2 on in the 3rd, grounded into a double play, ending the 5th inning. He's walked twice, once intentionally. Served into right field, a base hit by Sosa. Will he challenge the arm of Sheffield? Yes, he is. Here comes a throw, and he is out at second base. That's a good idea there by Sosa.
I love it. I absolutely love it. We saw Sosa steal a base earlier in this ball game. This is a ball where Sammy said, I'm going for 2 as soon as he hit it. He knew he didn't hit it well, but it's just dumped down the right field line. Sheffield can still play some outfield. Got to that ball quickly, made a perfect throw into second base. Sammy was challenging him, and he got beat on this one. Make the defense make the play against you, and Sheffield was up to the task right there.
One and one on Moises Alou. Fisted into short center field, and Jones is there, and Atlanta will come to bat in the bottom of the 9th inning. Vick to lead it off, followed by Castillo. We'll see to the top of the order. Braves are down 2 with Borowski coming on.
Would you really want to take a heartburn prescription every day for heartburn that you don't get every day? I don't think so. Try Pepcid first. When I know heartburn's coming, I prevent it with 1 Pepcid AC. It stops heartburn before it even starts. Or after heartburn's already hit, I take 1 Pepcid Complete. It starts controlling acid in seconds and lasts all day or all night. And unlike a prescription, you take 1 only when you need it. Pepcid, just 1 and heartburn's done.
Now this is big.
Now's the best time to buy wireless phones and accessories during the big sale at Radio Shack.
It's so big, it's
the PCS Vision Picture Phone Sanyo 5300 with built-in digital camera and flash for just $79.99 after $150 Sprint instant savings.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
The big sale. Now at Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
I got a question for the folks at Radio Shack. Who's in charge of spelling around here?
Hey, that one's vanilla. Trust me, they're not even close. We can figure this out. Maybe if we move. Wait, don't move. I got it. You got it. This is really weird. Get it! Get it! Come on, monkeys, dance.
There's a new vanilla cola that's definitely worth the wait.
I got it.
New Pepsi Vanilla.
I think it's over here.
Do you have the right truck?
Hi, black coffee to go.
Does your truck have better resale value than Ford and Dodge? A Silverado half-ton pickup does.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, is this your truck? What's it going for?
What do you mean, what's it going for?
Let me make you an offer.
It's not for sale.
What do you mean here? It's for sale.
It's not for sale.
Silverado, it's the right truck from Chevy.
The summer's biggest sensation, the OC, returns in October to Fox.
Kerry Wood 3 outs away from giving the Cubs their first postseason win on the road since 1945. And he'll be leaning on the most unlikely Cub to be pitching in this situation. Joe Borowski, 32 years old, bounced around team after team after team since the White Sox took him in the 32nd round in 1989. His last stop before signing with the Cubs, pitching in the Mexican League. Vic bunts it foul and out of play.
33 saves and 37 opportunities for the Cubs this season. He's a guy that doesn't have overpowering stuff. He gets ahead of hitters, he throws strikes, and gets you to put the ball in play. When he was in the Mexican League in 2000, the Cubs wanted to sign him, and he asked for a guaranteed spot in a AAA rotation the next year. The Cubs said they couldn't guarantee him, so he said, I'm going to stay in Mexico and pitch because I'm doing okay down here.
Borowski started with the White Sox, traded to Baltimore, went on the disabled list, traded to Atlanta in '95, claimed off waivers by the Yankees, went on the DL, claimed off waivers by Milwaukee, signed a minor league deal with Cincinnati. He was released, went to that independent league, the Mexican League, and the Cubs took a chance. And he got the chance this year, Steve, to be their closer when Antonio Alfonseca got injured during spring training, and it has been quite a ride for Joe Borowski. Strike 3 called to Robert Fick. Let's take a look at our All-State good hands defensive play of the game made by Kerry Wood in the second inning.
This is outstanding. Not a bit of hot dogging going on here at all. Just reached back because it was the easiest way to do it. Probably didn't think he was going to come up with that play. Look what I found. Nicely done.
Now Vinny Castilla. Pitch taken high.
How much do you think they love him in Chicago? Borowski, his name, his attitude, blue collar kind of working pitcher. Goes right at you. Very much the same type of pitcher as Russ Ortiz. The kind of guys that a lot of people would say they have more guts than stuff.
Low and away 2-1 to Castilla. The Braves need a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. Julio Franco has moved into the on-deck circle. And he would bat for Roberto Hernandez. Breaking ball, strike 2 to Castilla. Kerry Wood got a start in game 3, although he was injured the back half of that '98 season, pitching what turned out to be a surgically repaired elbow. 7 1/3 brilliant innings tonight. And that one lined by a diving Martinez, and a tying run will come to the plate.
All right, Tommy, that line drive may have fooled Martinez. Looked like he hesitated just a little bit before he made the dive for that ball. That thing may have been hooking hard away from him.
Julio Franco, at one time one of the most feared hitters in all of baseball, and he can still swing that bat.
Swings one of the heaviest bats in the game, 36 ounces. Still holds it way up over his head, unorthodox style, but you have to be a strong man to hit the way he does, but now in his career goes the opposite way more times than not. If you get fooled on a pitch, he'll pull the ball in the left field. But for the most part, he'll be trying to hit the ball into the opposite field gap.
First pitch swinging, fouled out of play by Franco. 0-1. Talked about Franco in his career. Won the American League batting title in '91. And they signed him out of the Mexican League a couple of years ago. 0-2.
Franco recently admitted that he was 45 years old. Told me last season that he wanted to be the first player in the history of the game to be playing, cashing a paycheck, and collecting his pension all at the same time.
That's a goal for all of us, isn't it? Julio, a .237 batter. In his 38 pinch hit appearances this year, with 7 knocked in. 0-2. Flying away.
If you are a former Major League Baseball player, you can indeed start collecting your pension at 45 years old.
He's thinking about collecting a base hit right about now. His team down to their final 2 outs. And Kerry Wood trying to give Chicago a Game 1 win. Vaughn swinging his Franco, and the Braves down to their final out. The coordinating producer of Major League Baseball on Fox is Michael Weissman. Tonight's game produced by Jeff Gowen, directed by Jim Lynch. Our associate director, Larry Lancaster. Our broadcast associate, Kevin Crescent. Our technical producer, Greg Marlowe. Pre-game show produced by Gary Lang, directed by Bob Levy. Coordinating producer of the pregame, Scott Ackerman. Technical supervisor, Jack Simmons. Senior producer of Fox Sports, Bill Brown. The executive producers, Ed Gorin and David Hill. For a call, the batter. 9 away, ball 1. For a call, not known as a home run hitter, but he did hit 15 during the regular season. 2-0.
Call would really have to jump on one with the heavy air tonight to get it out. Marcus Giles really pounded the inside fastball from Woods. It barely got out of here. Andre Jones hit one dead center and it didn't go.
For a call taking a home run cut there. We've told you about the winning percentage of Division Series game on the outcome of Game 1. In Division Series history, when the road team wins Game 1, that team goes 13-5. In the National League, 8-1. 2-2 to Call. Well, knowing the mentality of the long-suffering Cub fan, they want to be jumping in the air right now, knowing they're strike away and out away from Game 1. Yet at the same time, holding undoubtedly their collective breath.
What a pitching performance against the most potent offense in the National League. 3 hits all night for the Braves.
Two and two to Call. Strike 3 called, and the Chicago Cubs have won their first postseason road game since Game 3 of the 1945 World Series, when they beat the Tigers 3-0. And Kerry Wood, 7 1/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 11 strikeouts, and knocked in 2 runs. Big way to start it for the Cubbies.
You said it at the beginning. Kerry Wood wants to be a #1. He had to pitch like a #1 today, and he did it.
For more information on tonight's game and the latest information on Major League Baseball, go to foxsports.com. For Steve Lyons, I'm Thom Brennaman, for our entire crew, saying so long from Atlanta. Jeannie Zalesko and Kevin Kennedy will be along from LA after these messages. The Cubbies go up 1-0 in this best-of-5 division series.
This October,
a sexy American cowboy with a fake American fortune, is going to take the women of Europe for a little ride.
He's estimated to be worth about $80 million.
Would Fox lie to a group of innocent foreign women who've never heard of Joe Millionaire? Oui.
Now to the best part, he's rich.
The next Joe Millionaire, an international affair, premiering Monday, October 20th on Fox.
What if you had the power to change the future
Those people, they shouldn't actually be dead.
by reliving the past?
What happened to him?
Neighbors heard a gunshot around 10.
For True Davies, it's not just a possibility.
Help me.
It's a calling.
She's alive. You're gonna die today, Rebecca. What did you just say?
Eliza Dushku, True Calling. Thursdays, Fox Fall.
October, sports' greatest month. After a huge Game 1 win, the Twins are in control. Now the Yanks face a must-win to get back in the series. Game 2, Thursday night on Fox.
A Jessamine County teenager pleads guilty to avoid trial in the death of another teen. Hear why the agreement angers the victim's father.
That's tonight on Central Kentucky's only 10 o'clock news.
Bluegrass Family Health started with the right idea.
Like HMO and benefit-enhanced PPO and POS plans.
A comprehensive provider network.
And most important of all,
excellent service.
Bluegrass Family Health works for our family.
The right idea means offering the right products to businesses.
Bluegrass Family Health works for me and my employees.
this company started with the right idea and grew by doing the right thing.
State employees, review our plans during open enrollment.
You don't do nothing. You don't wanna do. Ain't nothing phony about you. Keeping it real and do what you feel. Yeah. You gotta eat. Yeah. You gotta eat Rallies.
It's got a kick. Rally's spicy chicken sandwich is now just 99 cents. Check it out. Spicy chicken sandwich, just 99 cents at Rally's.
You gotta eat. Yeah. You gotta eat Rallies.
Great finish, overhand right there, the punch out. You're looking for curve and you're going to get gas from Kerry Wood. Again, a great finish, great alignment with the feet, powerful on the fastball.
Holy cow, I think
that
would be
before.
appropriate. Yes, welcome inside the Fox Network Center. Jeannie Zalasko along with Kevin Kennedy. The Braves really beaten at their own game, their old game, quality pitching.
Kerry Wood was dominant, only gave up 2 hits. Now they got to worry about Zambrano. And then what I think maybe the best guy of all, Mark Pryor. Braves are in trouble right now. They got to swing the bats, and they didn't do it tonight.
All right, let's talk about some more quality pitching in San Francisco. Game 1 of that NLDS. Jason Schmidt.
Absolutely dominant as well. 9-inning complete game for him. He was great. And how about the Twins and Yankees?
Shocking.
No runs for the Yankees. They had 9 hits. They got to get it together. And take a look at this. New York now, the best record in the American League. And, of course, the Atlanta Braves, best record in the National League. And both teams lose today. More parity in Major League Baseball.
By the way, Marcus Giles, general soreness and bruises is what we are being told.
We'll find out. Andy Pettit now has a big start. Now he's got to get the lefties out. So far this year, 321 is what the left-handed hitters hit in the American League against Andy Pettit. Guess what? The Twins are dominant with lefties. He's got to do a better job. Radke, he's got that changeup going. Look out for the Yankees.
Yes, Thursday you can look out for him. Baseball's postseason continues on Fox as the Twins look to take a commanding 2-game lead against the Yankees, who will try to even the series before heading to Minnesota. A very, very loud Minnesota. The road to the World Series continues Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, only on Fox. For Kevin Kennedy, I'm Jeannie Zalasko, and we'll see you right back here Thursday night as the great postseason baseball continues.
Over the past 10 years, some of the greatest moments in all of sports happened right here on Fox.
Emmitt Smith has just become the NFL's all-time leading rusher.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports, celebrating 10 years of excellence.
You don't do nothing. You don't wanna do. Ain't nothing phony about you. Keeping it real and do what you feel. Yeah. You gotta eat. Yeah. You gotta eat Rallies.
It's got a kick. Rally's spicy chicken sandwich is now just 99 cents. Check it out. Spicy chicken sandwich, just 99 cents at Rally's.
You gotta eat Rally's.
Can we just grab a sandwich?
$1.84, first window, please.
Great, okay, we'll be right around. Hi.
Hello.
There you go. She has tan hands. Your hands are very tan. Is that from like the heat lamps and stuff?
Yep.
Very slimming.
Yeah, it looks nice, like vacation hands.
As though they had been to some tropical locale and left the rest of the body back at home.
Made to order. Sonic does it, others don't. Try Sonic's new double patty mounts. 2 patties with grilled onions made exactly how you want. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Start an amazing day with our gourmet coffees and bakery items. Stop by for a wonderful lunch with our soups, salads, and sandwiches. And try our delicious new Hot Moon for dinner. Unique dining for everybody. South of Fayette Mall on Nicholasville Road behind Sprint PCS. Lexington Hot Moon, something hot in Lexington.
Lexington Hot Moon.
Join me, Drew Diener, every Sunday morning at 11:30 for the High School Sports Files, only on Fox 56.
A Kentucky National Guardsman is killed in Iraq. Details and reactions from a friend just ahead.
Plus, a teenager pleads guilty in a Jessamine County murder, but not everyone likes the deal.
I don't deal with murderers and robbers and thieves.
And investigators want to know who blew a CIA agent's cover.
This is not just a leak. This is a crime.
Then, Juan turns parts of Canada upside down.